Yo!
Yo!
I feel like you just hit the button.
Yo, we're live.
Sorry,
Ah.
Jade. I feel like there's a correction I see. It should be Dungeons and / or Dirge.
Dargans!
Dirges.
Guys, on Jade's stream, I get to have direct eye contact with Kashok.
Yo,
Oh
let me just
my god,
let me just
blush?
let me just ruin that.
Now I'm having a staring contest with Sprig. Yo!
Alright.
Reset where you're.
No, you're still sitting between me and Sprig, and we're both saying it's grilled cheese.
It's you.
Get dunked?
Wait, hold on. See, it's me, Kashak. You're up. Oh, I know. Wait, hold up.
It's changing
What?
stuff.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. If me and either Sprig is yelling at me for spooping on the snoot or going to bite me if you do it.
Wait, hold on. I changed it to fix. Nope. Oh, it's ruined. It's doomed.
I think maybe possibly. Hi everyone.
Hi.
Hello, everyone.
We're just waiting on Radical, and I sent them a thing.
Possibly.
If they don't show up in 5 minutes, I'm just starting without them.
Okay.
A few things to say before session starts and everything. Everyone, make sure to go drop our wonderful DM a follow on his Twitter.
That's it. All right, that's
Twitch.
it. Session canceled. Bye, everyone. Session canceled. Have fun.
Rip.
Make sure
Oh,
to go do
he's
that.
so bashful. So cute.
Make
True,
sure to go
true,
do
true.
that. He's a good bean. Support him. Give him all the love. Don't mug him outside the Denny's. Yeah, give him a grilled cheese. Don't mug him outside the Denny's. The Denny's is my job.
The what now?
I'm mugging
I'm gonna
Kashok
go
outside of a
refill my
Denny's.
tea while we wait for Brad.
Oh, hang on. Kashok's back. Also, in all the chats, make sure to wish our lovely DM.
Yes.
Very happy birthday.
It's not my birthday.
Happy birthday,
Oh.
Kashak.
It's not my birthday.
Happy birthday, Kasha!
Ah.
Yay!
Happy birthday
Kashak, you don't have...
to you.
My birthday.
Happy
birthday.
to
Wait.
you.
Wait, don't we have to pay money to hear that song?
Oh yeah, I suppose that it does have that thing, doesn't it?
Yeah. Oh well.
Yeah, I feel like that's like that's like I don't even know how to. That's like charging someone to use a crosswalk.
Right.
Jade, I just want to be known. I will not be paying for damages. I did not cause any damages that will be done to stream.
What happened?
My legal time.
Okay.
How I got you DMC. Let me do the DMC.
Oh, happy birthday is open domain again now.
It is?
Oh,
Oh,
it is?
wow. Word.
Apparently.
Wait, I mean I'm in danger.
Happy birthday, Kashok. Alright, whenever Kashok gets back, can we just...
He already fled.
Hey, Kashok.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. How was your birthday party?
It's not
We missed you.
the birthday.
Hail, traveler. Somebody steal your sweet roll.
Why you do this? It's not my birthday.
Because we care about you, Kashok. Everyone, make sure to just go bully our best friend named Kashok.
It's
True.
not even my birthday.
And don't forget to drop Sprig and Jade. Aisley has a way more sultry voice.
Welcome back. Me.
Yo.
Oh, I should.
Come back.
Wait. Hello.
Hi, how's it going?
It's been 84 years.
It's time.
Where were you, Mr. Vertical?
Oh, I thought it was gonna be at 8:30 or 7:30 my time.
So
So
I
across the street to the apartment building. Because I live in an apartment like complex, and the building that we're in doesn't have a vending machine, but the building across the street does. So every once in a while, when like me or Jay want a soda, I'll just go over and get one from there because they're like $1.50.
Oh, shit, I gotta grab my drink. I'll be back.
So then I
grab
was
a drink.
like, huh, you know, I should get a drink before I do D&D and get like maybe a couple snacks. And then I saw the notification on Discord as I was pulling up my music and booked it back to the apartment. I still have my shoes on.
You should probably take your shoes off.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
Anyways, that's what I was doing.
Next time we play, it'll be at 7:30 your time.
Cool.
Next time, I did the typo for 8 p.m. this week, and like, all right, no, we're sticking to it.
Oh, okay.
Or 8 p.m. my time. 7 p.m. your time.
I was wondering why I didn't feel like I was so crazy early today.
Same.
I did the typo, so you know what? I'm sticking with it. No one can stop me. We're doing it.
Well, yeah, because that was just the time that we started before. So my dumbass brain didn't read the full text. It was just like, all right, 8:30. Here we go. Or
Alright.
7:30.
Your reactive image isn't showing up for me. I need to fix that.
He might not have a reactive image.
Oh no, he's Brad's still showing up in my pre-stream thing right now.
Hello.
Interesting.
Which
It
I
is
know.
there.
And there we go. Bam, live.
We got me and Caesar got pet rats. We
Wait,
got pet rats like 2
guys.
days ago. Or yesterday, not 2 days ago.
Shock is alive. What do we say?
You don't say anything. I don't have a special like hello thing.
Yo!
Yo!
Oh.
No.
I was killed in mid-yo!
Hey,
What are you guys looking at? I'm confused.
Huh?
you
Like,
wouldn't get it. You had to be there.
Oh,
Yo.
All right. Finalizing. Let's see. I make sure I have Jade and Sprig. That way, I can watch your guys' staff notes. If you guys do that, only Jade has staff notes up. Got it. Oh. All right. Make sure some last minute stuff. Everyone has their character. Everyone has a token set up.
Nope.
Yes, except
Maybe.
for one thing.
What's a token?
So the art that you're using, you can set up. If you go to your edit on your character sheet, you can add your own token to your character sheet now.
It's a placeholder for now. Is that okay?
And that's fine.
Done.
yeah, I didn't do that.
Mine's just the T pose, and I
What
still.
do you mean you didn't, dude? You already have a token set up, Brad. No. You've had a token for like the past 2.5 years I've known you.
Token.
Go up on your character sheet,
Huh?
literally to the top, and you'll see top left. You'll see edit,
Oh.
and then you can click and drag your default token.
I'm on the map in the middle of the ocean drowning.
You know, that's a bit of a mood.
Can we change our token settings yet?
I'm not. I just know that you guys can add that, and I can always go in and get rid of that. All right, I saved you, and you're now deleted from existence.
You can change your token settings after you place your token.
No, you can't. I just put it down and tried.
Oh, tragic.
So
Oh,
I still can't apply the, it's like health to this bubble, AC to this bubble, that kind of thing.
Just as a disclaimer, you guys will see a bunch of handouts. They're not organized because I just imported them all over from the previous Roll20 game. I will organize them into a organizational structure. I just didn't have enough time because I had to go get my roommate and whatnot before D&D today. So that is just a disclaimer. On the right, if you see a bunch of handouts below your character sheet and journal, or the journal tab, I should say.
I see nothing and I have no idea what's going on, but that's okay.
Okay. I know Sprig saw it. Where you see all the handouts. I can see it on her screen right now. Our stream.
Oh,
Sprig, I saw that.
Jade, it's where you click your character sheet or whatever.
Sprig, I saw
Underneath
that.
should be unrelated.
So what, Kashak?
Hold on a second. I'm working on the other I'm making a token.
Why do you guys do this to me?
We don't do anything to you, Kashak.
Making a token is a very difficult and involved process. I'm
It is.
crafting.
Just because we're
crafting a
making a
token.
token does not mean that you can be mean to us.
Kind of does,
I
doesn't
don't
it?
appreciate this.
I mean, if you're bullying me with grilled cheese, doesn't mean I can bully back.
We're not we're
It's the same concept as one of you bites me. I can bite you right back.
we're not bullying you with grilled cheese.
So,
Yet.
considering I'm outnumbered here, do I just say kobolds are mid?
How dare? How exactly dare you?
Why don't you just put the actual campaign title for your stream title?
Bye, whoever. Bye, Brad. Bye, Brad.
What? His Wi-Fi ate the bed.
Ah, tragic.
There, I think I did it.
We're creating tokens, so it's all good.
I think I did it.
That is enough for now.
I think I made a token. I may have made a token. I don't know if I made a token. I may have made a
I
token.
don't think we made enough tokens, Sprig.
Can we make more
Okay.
tokens? I can make more
You can
tokens.
I could technically make another token.
Alright, let me get all your guys' tokens up and on here. Oh, and to the meta token. That's okay.
Sorry, we bumped Kashak with like another 80-something grilled cheese.
Yeah, I can see that because every time I look into the Discord, it just shows if you actually click on the actual voice channel, it just says, oh, such and such person sent an attachment, such and such person sent an attachment. It was just Sprig constantly sending in chat attachment. Like, I'm not gonna look at it. I'm not gonna be psychologically tortured here.
Hey, but what if you were?
Look, I'm telling everyone right now, you can literally bowl me rent-free and live my head rent-free if you want to do it next Friday. Just wait a week, get all your energy pent up, and then bam, one day just send a bunch of grilled cheese if you really want to.
Okay, but Kashak, I made a token. Do you like my
Kashak.
token? I need to hear if you like my token. My self-worth depends on you liking my token.
I was not ready. Okay, I like your token.
Yay! I don't know how to put my token anywhere, but it's on my character sheet thingy.
It is currently already direct on. I'm just going to set up all your guys' token stuff before we get in. And also, hello, Rook. When we actually get started into the actual DMing portion, just a reminder, Rook, that I will not be interacting with chat. This is just for you guys to see the DMs behind the DM screen stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have your stream open as a viewer, just to lurk, but I'm going to have it on another tab.
I appreciate it. Alright, I'm missing Sprig's screen. Like, come on, there's 5 of you. Why am I only 4 here? Alright, let me go on very quick. Do you have dark vision, Isha? Welcome back.
Probably. That's usually... Isn't that box standard for all new races? Yeah, dark vision, 60 feet.
Who wouldn't have dark vision?
Asana, do you not? I don't think Asana has dark vision.
No, I don't.
Yeah, dark vision for scrubs.
Dark vision, are you kidding?
Oh, hey, you do have that as a link.
Oh fuck.
Oh,
Oh shit. Hold on. I just realized something.
Wow.
Freak,
Something
did you
important.
change your picture at all?
No?
Okay, I thought you were still playing. You changed race to something else other than what you had.
No, it's I'm playing. I mentioned before. I'm half elf, half furbolg. So it's just because sub race is called half elf. It says my race is half elf.
Elf.
Oh. Okay.
Hey.
Are you still playing large base though?
Yes.
Okay. I will then
Hey,
get
I
to an
just
echo
can't
grid.
scale my token.
Chuck.
What?
I before I say anything, do you promise not to be mad?
I'm just going to make the disclaimer where you've had over a month at this point, if for anything character related, but
You promise not to be mad.
I make no such promises.
I forgot to add all of my items.
You get items?
Well, good thing. Well, hey, yo, cool thing is that you're not going to be the first one to debut, so you have some time.
Get on
Okay,
it.
cool. Yeah, shit.
That's a naughty word.
It's multiple naughty words.
Alright. I'm just getting everyone's token going.
No idea why.
No idea why. What?
Oh, Radical's still not showing up on my React, but I can see this showing up on Sprig, so like... Oh.
It just means you don't like JoJo.
I use the Fuki group react, so it
Same.
just grabs everyone that's in the channel every time.
That's literally what I'm doing right now. Yeah, and
That
I'm...
is strange.
And if I try and do their individual browser source, it doesn't come up whatsoever.
It's confirmed Fugi doesn't like JoJo.
It's fine. It's not for anybody. It's not for everybody. It's okay.
Yeah, I can't do it. I tried again recently too, and I just can't do it.
What, JoJo?
Yeah.
It's a show that I respect as an excellent show that I just don't care for watching. Like, I don't... It's not for me, but I recognize it as a very good show. You know what I'm saying?
Can't believe that's a JoJo reference.
Everything's a JoJo reference.
Not liking JoJo is a JoJo reference.
True, actually.
You know how many characters don't like JoJo? Most of them.
That's my
Oh.
favorite part 42 reference.
Alright, roll 20 being a little bit slow right now.
Roll 20 is being a little bit fast for me.
Roll 20 is being a bit
Roll
mid
20.
for me.
Roll 20
I
just...
also am a fan of the meme though of how the author of JoJo's is immortal like Keanu.
Oh yeah, he has looked 30 for like 40 years.
All I can say is Roll 20 just gained a stand and is kicking my ass.
That's a JoJo reference.
Yeah.
Currently my roll 20 is black right now. Nope, no girl.
Anyways, I don't wait. What? Oh, what is? I'm trying to look at for or it's martial. Oh, it's considered a ranged martial weapon.
Oh!
So
Sorry.
what is the roll? What do you roll with to attack? Like
A D20.
I can't remember. Well, I know that. I know that. I just mean like perception or dex. I can't remember.
Or what?
Yeah, you're not giving context. What are you?
I have no idea. For pistol, gun, bang, bang, shooty.
Shooty bang bang.
Shoot, good.
Yes,
Yes.
it is a D10.
It's what gun
No,
are you
I
using?
know the damage. I know the damage dice, but like,
You click on it in the attacks section of your character sheet.
oh yeah, let me add my strength modifier to gun. What modifier do I add?
You do the dexterity.
Dexterity. Thank you. That is what I was looking for.
Oh
You
yeah,
can. You can.
We didn't understand what you were trying to ask for.
I get it.
Oh,
yes. Let me use strength, but just by I'm going to go up and throw it in their face.
Hey, can I use my strength for this gun?
I have
How would
very
that work?
many
I just
guns.
throw it really hard and hope it misfires.
You throw the whole 60% more bullet.
Oh, that would be such a stupid build where you throw a pistol or a revolver at somebody and just hope it misfires at them.
that's... Oh my gosh, actually, I love that. That's amazing.
All right.
Especially because old revolvers, if you just accidentally like smack the hammer, it's just fire. Oh
Alright.
god, that's
Roll for
I
luck.
have 2 tokens out.
Oh,
Oh, I can't believe you've done this.
So it doesn't.
Sorry.
What's up, Jay?
Oh, I noticed something weird, and I was curious on your mechanics things. So I just noticed that that Reborn has the ancestral legacy, where if I replace a race with this lineage, I can keep some elements from like the other race. I never did that.
You chose Reborn at the start. So
Okay, so that's not a thing. Okay, cool.
yeah, it's there in case you were to say, "Hey, my character such and such dies," and then and you want to use it as Reborn.
Gotcha. Yeah, no, I am just that. Okay, cool.
No smiley face of Isha.
Isha can be happy.
Isha not allowed to be happy because there is no fork. All right, Brad is there. Now, can you get that all off so I can finish setting up? Because Mr. Someone had you make another token for me since the update.
Couldn't be me.
What was that? You want me to make another token?
Why do you do this to me, Jade?
I love you, Kashak.
That's a lie.
It might be. Deal
I
with
just-
it.
I went to just go get a placeholder token, and I just searched Drake, you know, as in like a dragon.
You're not using the rapper Drake as your.
use Tiny Drake.
No, you're not. Please tell me you're not. Alright, everyone should have characters there. I can get rid of all that. Cool.
Someone
Characters are
remind
all
me to
set.
someone remind me to put a timestamp on the video for when we actually start playing. This is why
I didn't have all your tokens set up because I didn't have all your tokens.
This is why I set aside half an hour for tech setup. Haha.
Ooh.
And well, the tech setup will actually be at 8 p.m. next, or 8 p.m. EST, 5 p.m. PST next time, because of the typo that I said. All right.
Yeah.
Also, just for warning, we will not be having music like I normally do for this session only. Still have not curated a playlist, but I'll be working with Jade and Sprig on doing that for next session.
Yep. My streams, which will exist as YouTube videos, will have music.
And Sprig, if you have your own music, that you like to do, go for it. But without further ado, you guys all have your characters other than Isha. Sorry, I'm going to give you some homework very quick. Stefano.
Yep.
Do your fork thing here.
I'm working on it. It's very hard work.
I just gave you another character sheet to do it.
Yep.
Cool. All right. Everyone good? Everyone got water? JD have water?
Yes.
You sure?
Yes.
Okay. 3 you got water? Okay. So Kobolds are good. Radical has his Pepsi that he wanted. I know, Ainsley, you probably have a drink, and the only person that we should probably bully before we do it is Sassano. Do you have water?
Yeah, I do.
Cool, I don't have water, and I don't need it.
That's
get a
not
water.
how this works.
I'll get a water at break.
So I definitely made 4.
You'll be
did not make
talking a
it.
lot, are you sure?
Yeah, I'll be fine. I've been drinking all day because I actually have to talk to people and interact with people at my job. So anyways,
Ew. People.
who knows? Working in a warehouse requires you to work and communicate with your coworker.
Weird.
All right. Going to go start. I really would. Oh, Brad.
Wait,
Please tell me his Wi-Fi didn't die again.
okay. Okay, so fork is done. I got the character art done.
Cool. Just like that. Set up over there.
Yep, I'm getting it. It's perfectly normal. You don't need to look at it.
Brad's on his phone.
Okay, I did.
I'll
this.
just let Brad get back on very quick. If not,
I
one-
added my level 1 feat as well, by the way. So I am 100% good to go.
thank you.
Bonus would be 17.
I didn't want to die. That innately didn't want to die.
5 times.
Wait, level
Water.
1 feet?
Oh, so everyone had the option to take a level 1 feat. However, you and Jade took your guys' special stuff at level 1.
Yeah,
Right, we took the item instead. Right.
we got the fancy weapon. It's so fancy. It's like super fancy.
Yeah, like so fancy.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't have fancy weapon. Well, I mean, I do, but I don't.
Skill issue, honestly.
Honestly, it's just Kobold diff.
Guys, I think there's fighting's already happening.
By the way, I can change my reactive if you guys want. I just cycle through my emotes, and it just so happens to be that time.
I'm fine.
Dope.
Brad, post anything? Ping him very quick so he can respond on his phone. If he doesn't post on the phone, I kind of just need to go tonight without him.
Yeah, Fuji's actually stuck for me. Now it's not even showing highlighting people.
Fuji be
Wow.
breaking, yo.
Fuji broke.
Fuji be breaking there. Brad goes Wi-Fi is out. Always technical difficulties for first session, right?
I mean, yeah, that makes the most sense, doesn't it?
I noticed too that you're foggy, Jade. I've been lit up like the
Yeah.
entire time.
Ah.
I haven't been having any issue. I'm not going to touch anything with Fuji that way. It didn't.
Yeah, it's behaving on mine.
Mine
Nice.
is also not broken.
I'm gonna have to restart probably OBS, but we didn't realize this until we were live because we didn't do a bloody tech setup. Oh well. Okay.
You
couldn't
can
really-
reset the
This is
source
my own fault.
manually.
Rejoin.
We couldn't really
You can
do
try
the
just
tech
leaving
stuff
the
without
channel
Brad.
Rejoining,
Hmm.
'cause that's a really
Yeah, I know. It's
common
good. It's
thing
fine.
in
Let me
Fuji.
rejoin real quick. Kashak, toss me back in the channel in a sec.
Just for next time, if you need to leave, you can also just rejoin and set up the channel. That way, you guys could just rejoin and enter at any needed.
Who?
I did just drag you back in. Did that work? Help?
Nope. Oh well.
Oh, tragic. It's all good.
Did you move channel or did you leave voice channel and then rejoin?
Yeah, I
That's true. I
moved
moved.
Jade.
I'll exit out. One sec.
Yeah, 'cause
Why?
There we go. His size is.
Yo.
Well, people work except that Bradigan's is still not there. Wait, they're not there here at all. Wait, hold up.
No, their internet crapped out again.
Oh, well, that explains why they're not on my screen now. We're doing great. This is going great. How you guys
yeah.
doing? You guys having a good time?
Lucky we started a half hour early. Am I right?
Exactly.
It's technically true because technically this would be the normal start time for next time. Well, I just let Brad know that we're gonna have to start without him. So, without further ado, folks, from everyone's chat. Hello, I am Itsumi Kashak. Pleasure for you all to be joining for Jade's first time being in an actual campaign of mine, but also for everyone who was here for Expedition of the Cold. Unfortunately, there was a little bit of a hubble during a session that Sprig couldn't make it. That we all felt like it could have. It felt like it could use a restart. So here we are, doing a brand new adventure, new set of characters. I will be your DM today, and I hope you'll have a fun time in my subconscious mind of this world. Kashak is not responsible for any party member death. Please go to Assassino for any grievances to be filed. Thank you. I think that's all the legal blunder I need to worry about.
Because I'm your manager does not mean you could do this to me.
That's the whole point of a manager, though.
True.
No, managers are supposed to sit around and do jack all.
All right, got it. I'm now replaced Assassino with Jade. If any grievances need to be filed, please go to Jake.
Like fully inside the campaign until the session comes to a complete stop.
Kashak Industry is not responsible for any loss of limbs while on the campaign, any emotional damage, or
unidentified cursed items.
Yep. The year is 342 after the Great Flood. Now, Luminon, a world where quite polar opposites from what you would see from our own world exist. Here, after the Great Flood, three centuries in the making, peace, trade, and relative harmony has come back to these lands. Let me bring you guys to the world map. What was once a world ever expanding with land, now continents divided by an endless ocean. Here you see only a known portion of the world. Many islands and shores unyet explored. But at least there is some familiarity for most of the people here in today's age. After the Blood War and all the races decided to head off on their own, there was one individual, a certain demigod of sort, Aelios Silverwind, that started to bring and blow the winds of change. First it started was the continent of Gwen, where the kingdom of elves and the kingdom of humans started to mix and trade once again. Slowly the dwarves joined, and then last but not least, the Monsterkin. The four great continents, named after the four Red Admirals, Etion, Aelios, and Gwen. Thanks, Jade. I just love writing.
I'm taking notes. I'm note-taking.
You just distracted me through my whole monologue.
This is showing you how engaged I am in your storytelling.
Just talking about Jade's.
I'm going to backtrack a little bit.
No.
I'm going to backtrack a little bit. The four continents named after the four Red Admirals: Etion, Aelios, Gwen, and Tonmore.
Mm-hmm.
These four centralized continents now embark in small skirmishes, but mainly peaceful times in trade. Now, whether or not the political strife in the continents between warring kingdoms exists, here on this continent where we find our players, Aelios does not. And I see that you guys just multiplied down there. Welcome to the land of Aelios, a land, no, not a land, well, I guess it is a land. A continent unyet reclaimed by any kingdom, after a peaceful pact that was brokered between all the different elvish lords. Here, you can find almost anything. You want weapons? Go to your nearest seaport. There's always a fresh catch of weapons to be found. You want adventure? Well, there are many different hills, tombs, and mountains unyet explored, as well as underground seas from the flooding of Luminon.
Mhm.
However, in one portion of this continent where we will find our players today. In particular, we will focus on one character individual, starting out about welcome folks to the northern lands of the Thronewood. A little backstory on the Thronewood. Settled between the mountaintop Mount Willowith and the Flightless Peaks, the Thronewood is a relatively new forest made with the help of denizens of the Feywild. Here, a portion of the Feywild was brought out from their own plane and settled here on Alias. That way, the elves and humans that had started to settle these lands could have some form of natural resource, as this land was barren before. Here you'll find phage magic mixed in with human and elvish ingenuity. Whether you'll come across well, we'll save that for another time.
What?
Special secrets, yay! To the south of the Thronewood, lies the city-state of Yellowk, ruled by Archmagister Silverwind's the Silverwind's descendant, Lyriel Silverwind. Lyriel being a known supreme sorcerer of himself. To the north lies the city-state of Alyok. Unfortunate for those, it is unclear who holds the ruling seat of that city-state. Now, the Thronewood is highly contested between Yellowk and Alyok, where mostly friendly, but at times unfriendly terms can be met in these shrouded woods. There are settlements to the north, Toncondor and Briar Glen, known logging towns that host depending on what region you are, host different specialized woods that can be shipped out of Port Silverfield on the way to trade between Gwen and Wayfalls. For folks who don't know what Wayfalls, please check out Jade's or Sprig's old VOD to find out their one-shot in Wayfalls. There is a little explanation if you'd like to know there. But, exposition done, we zoom in on the logging town of Briarglen. Here, unfortunately, you are alone, Mr. Isha. You're being paraded around town in a cage. Now, you're not quite sure how you ended up here. You just suddenly woke up, but it seems you've been captured of some sort.
It's not very nice.
One thing that you know was you were with your local tribe, the wasp, a pseudo humanoid race of waspmen that came from the Feywild. You were there, and then what do you remember? There was fire. There was a loud bang. You've never heard this loud bang before. It sounds like thunder coming from these humanoid figures, fully, of course, masked, so you couldn't tell, but a mixture of dwarves, elves, and maybe drow. You're not quite sure. But here you are at the Longing Camp Center. Currently, there are eyes watching you from a distance, but currently no one is interacting with you. Also, I apologize. There is no bar gun map. That'll be there for next time, so you'll have a city center next time. It is currently sunset. You're alone, and you have no idea where for. You've been here for about 3 days now. There's a rotation of guards, and you've tried to establish some form of connection with them. However, you find that your mental connection that you usually can do to help get yourself out of situations and negotiate peace among the people who cannot speak your tongue are blocked. There's some form of barrier clouding their minds. But at the same time, Mr. Isha. Oh, sorry, not Isha. Is it Isha? Hold on.
It's Isha's me.
Isha. Okay, I'm sorry. I was looking at your Discord thing. I was get thrown off because of Euro. Mr. Isha, can you please describe your character for everyone?
Well, I do have my T-pose already in the art section, but I am a yellow and black three cry with more wasp-like features. I wear or have very little armor on. I have some gloves, some nice booties, and some pants on as well, with a slash over my chest. I usually have a crossbow with me, and I am a good person. Do not worry about it. I'm a good bug. Yeah, I think that's everything about him. I'll get better art of him with his actual weapon and more detail later. But I love him. He's a
Also, shout outs to the wonderful Kobold Mini Diablo for doing your art.
good. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Now, Isha, you do see your equipment within range. It is about 20 yards away from you. It is also constantly under guard because they know the Walkmen have different tricks and whatnot. Some being powerful psionic wielders themselves be able to move objects just by looking at it. However, you do not really possess that form of psionic energy, unlike some of your brethren. You are sitting in about a 10 by 10 cage, square in nature. So you have room to move and stretch. Now, these aren't barbarians. However, you're not quite sure. Maybe you're captured and form a raiding party, or maybe you have stepped into territory that you're not supposed to, and these people are waiting for your tribesmen to come get you and reclaim you. You're not necessarily on unfriendly terms with some of the towns in the stronghold. But, however, there are certain groups that do look upon your kind as pests. What is currently going through your mind as you've been separated from your tribesmen and also, more importantly, your friend Fort?
Sorry, just trying not to cough. I'm more just concerned why I'm in a cage and wondering what happened and why they're not really listening or wanting to talk or anything, because it seems very rude. Not gonna lie.
Well, you do hear them engage in their own dialect and tongue. Does Isha understand common tongue, or is it only Thrycreen that they understand?
I believe I can understand it because I could speak it in I don't know why I didn't go with languages, but it should be there.
It does say you do have two languages. You have Elvish and Goblin.
Cool. It
So
never gave me the option of normal.
Well, if you would like to, you could switch out one of those two and then replace it with common tongue at a later time. But for now, you can
I'll
make
keep
out some.
this.
Okay, well then, if that's the case, that makes it more fun for RP purposes later. You can make out some of the conversation. The guardsmen that were that more resemble Elvish lineage, whether half elf or by itself Elvish. Some humans also speak the tongue of the elves who are currently watching. You do make a different conversation where you don't really find out too much information, why you're here, other than people ask questions like, "Oh, where was this captured?" and they give the general location. No, you do not recognize the name of the location. The location they say is just the to the west of the Blood Bastion. Did I say that right? Bastel? Yes, Bastel. The Blood Bastion. You can only assume maybe they're talking about that Goblinkin Fort to the southeast or of Thronewood, but just west of it, maybe in your eyes, maybe it's only a couple miles, but you're not quite sure of these common metrics that they are talking about. Now the guard rotation changed as evening turns to night.
1 second. Chip's yelling at me.
Chip yelling at you.
Chip, honey, what is it? I saw.
For those who don't know, Chip is the IRL fork to Isha.
Sorted. He's sorted. Sorry. Just
Sorry. as evening turns to night, the guards change again, and this time you actually do recognize and is getting some sense of the guard rotation, as these two were here the previous night. They seem to be on some form of daily routine schedule. However, what stands before you is there is a more stout-like creature, one definitely shorter than the common man you see. You've gathered maybe this is what they call a dwarf, fully bearded with a dark brown braids that go down to its midsection, wearing what seem to be patchwork-like studded leather, maybe boar hide for the leather that they use. Currently, what you can see around his neck is a bright emerald pendant that goes down and mixes in with his beard, so it's hard to see at times, but depending on how he moves and whatnot, you can sort of see it. And there, as you try to reach out, as you've been doing with the guards, there you see the blockage of the source. Some form of anti-psionic energy radiating from this emerald pendant. The other guard that's currently watching over you as well is actually a person much shorter than them. However, you've definitely seen these creatures around, but you're not, and you do recognize it as you've learned to understand some of their tongue. You do see a goblin among them, standing about maybe 2'5", definitely about 2 heads smaller than this dwarf, having a missing ear on the left side and also a missing eye on the right side. This man has seen, or this goblin in particular, has seen many battles, currently wearing actually a chain shirt, or is it? It's some form of weird metal alloy you have not recognized before. But you do tell that the shoulder pauldrons are actually made of chitin. A chitin-like material. Both guards are wielding spears, and they are paying you no mind. Actually, they're not even paying each other mind, really, other than small talk here and there in the Elvish and Goblin tongue alike, but also in dialects that you do not understand, depending on if they really want to curse at each other or not. It doesn't seem these two are friends. The Goblin, in particular, you don't see a pendant on them, but you do get the same sense of some form of psionic block around them. As at the time, maybe about 2 hours after the changing of the guards, you do hear the shuffle of footsteps. You hear the clanging of another metal-like cage coming around. You turn around. You do see another cage coming upon. This time, however, it's not one of your brothers. Maybe you're hoping for that they come and rescued you, and it was, well, you're hoping they might have been rescued by him, but in fact, can we have Avery describe your character, please?
Oops.
In the cage is an elf, pale skin, raven black hair, and piercing red eyes. There is nothing really stand out about him, though he does seem very on edge, obviously, considering the situation. And adorned on one of his fingers is a silver ring with a very standout eye carved into it. Just the symbol of an eye, of course.
Yeah. Ed, you, on the other hand, do know why you're here. You were awake when you were captured. You were in the throne ward. What would you think you'd be doing here from Thronewood? And could you give us a little bit of the history of who you are, maybe? Because, you would think one profound individual like yourself would not be here in this barbaric logging camp. You're simply too much of a known name to be captured and held like this.
Well, came here to document what was happening. completely unbiased, of course. Taking notes, getting perspectives of not only the common soldiers, but trying to get in contact with people in command. Unfortunately, that led people to think I was selling information. And I assure you, it's just a tragic misunderstanding, but of course they wouldn't believe me. But this unfortunate circumstance is just another way for me to gather.
Well, Mr. Rat, you, however, are not limited to the form of only telepathy. You do see as you're set down and the group of guards chatter amongst themselves, and you can understand them, where you hear different words like the preacher wants to see them in the morning, but this one's too dangerous to be left alone in just a regular prison cell. Similar to Mr. Isha, you have a set of 2 guards, both elven in nature, and you just get the feeling of unease from them. These ones are done in almost white occult-like robes, dabbed. You alright over there, Sasano?
Chip.
These robed figures having hoods that cover their face, where you can just make out the ears pointing outward from the hoods, have gold-lated rimming, or not. What's the word? Gold lining to the outward seam. Stitching, gold stitching on the folds in. I feel like it's a different word, and I didn't write it down for this. I apologize. But people understand what I mean by gold stitching on the clothing word if you would go around your cuff.
Mhm.
There's a word for this, and I'm blanking on the word. Holy crap.
There's-
Embellishment? Gilding?
Gilding, thank you. Gold gilding that lines these robes. They go down all the way to the legs, and you cannot see if they're wearing any clothes underneath, as just the robe cover them. However, they do each carry not a spear, but what seems to be a farming tool, actually. Scythe in particular. They have very nondescript faces, pointed chin. One has a little bit of a stubble to it, maybe some form of goatee, but it's more of like a 5 o'clock shadow. Recently just shaved. They stand on, by your cage, not being a 10 by 10, you're actually a 5 by 5 gauge. They stand on each corner of the the top right and the top left corners, facing you. As you now stare directly in front of you, another similar pair of guards, the dwarf and goblin, who are bickering back and forth. You can make out different details about them calling each other different names. But when you're dropped and the guards come here, they kind of both stiffen up a little bit, more going back into more of a proper military position. Similar to that of maybe the guard at Buckingham Palace in Britain. Standing straight up in their spears at the ready and at attention. Well, not at the ready, I should say. They're not pointed at these white-clothed elven creatures or figures. You can see in this cage across from you a creature of black and white. One of the local waspmen, as the throne has come to call them at collectively. You know here that you are by the Flightless Peaks in Briar's Glen. However, you don't know why you were captured. That is yet to remain seen. Your belongings have been, of course, taken from you, and they've been put into a giant pile next to some other belongings, where you do make out, actually, a giant, what seems to be a form of crossbow. You would think, and you take a moment to think, where you've not seen this before, but it has similar workings of maybe like a ballista. But just more solid. Maybe it's just a decoration. You're not quite sure. But currently, it is now about 9 bells till midnight. Not 9 bells to midnight. It's 9 bells afternoon. You have not been fed, and it is very damp and cold as the rain starts to settle into the night. Isha, of course, you see this other similarly trapped individual across from you. And maybe 30 minutes later, there comes to a tension where the changing the guard happen again. However, instead of just a usual 2-pair that come to relieve your guard that you come over the past 3 days, there's a platoon of 12 individuals, all similarly dressed like the 2 people guarding the other elven creature in the other cage. Coming in by 2, they come in almost ritualistically, and they spread apart. And out from the middle of the sea that they expanded comes a small, well, to you small, but just what would be an average-sized human, wearing purple robes, holding along a quarterstaff walking stick. It seems in front of them. They have brownish, well, not brownish, autumn. Proper word. Proper word would be dirty blonde hair. It covers their ears, but you can barely make out the tips of what seems to be pointed ears. This could be half elf, elven. You're not quite sure. The face nondescript of any facial hair, but actually more feminine in nature. There's a patch over her right eye, and as she approaches, she looks to the 2 of you and, "Greetings!" And she is not, more notably to you, Isha, she does not seem to have any blockage of psionic presence for you. She called out in Elvish, that way you can also understand just listening, not having to worry about someone tell the accent. Link. "Greetings, you 2. I'm sorry for the unfortunate circumstance that you each find yourself in, but please rest assured, this is for the safety of Briar's Glen from the 2 of you. Do you please? It's come to my attention that you were each found in the nearby woods. Well, I could. He looks over to you, Isha, or she looks over to you, Isha. I can sort of understand where the misconception for you, Lostman, might come into play here, and I apologize for the delay. I've only returned to Blightus Glen today, and there was many matters to attend to before I could come. Oh, I just broke something. Uh-oh. Oh, I'll get after that. It's come to my attention that where was I? Blanking. Words. It's come to my attention the unfortunate circumstance for you, Lawson, that you find yourself in. I apologize for my men's action, but please understand there have been nearby raids from other tribes. Not necessarily the Walkmen, but the different goblin raiders in the Thronewood, the different bandits that have been festering up. You'll be released in the morning, please rest assured. And I apologize. Is there anything we can do to make you more comfortable until then? Miss... Could I... Well, actually, I do not know your name, as you have not been able to give one. Tell me, Watson, what is your name?
I am just going to look at her, and in my native tongue, say my name. So in 3 cringe. So just ungodly chittering happens.
Please tell me you're not trying to make another guardhouse. Please tell me you're not trying to make another guardhouse situation.
I'm not. I am giving my name willingly, damn it. I never said I wasn't giving my name. I gave my name.
I know.
You will make this a guardhouse situation.
I'm not going to make it a guardhouse situation. That would not be a fun time for anyone.
Hey guys, here's all your new characters. Kill.
So how is that pronounced then?
I'm sorry, I did not quite. I do not speak your native clicks, Watchman. Could you please? And she kind of motions her head with her right hand. if you don't mind, you'll find myself very welcoming to you.
I'm just going to look and realize my cat is knocking shit off my desk. Stop it, Chip.
Yes, the dilemma of having a cat.
Yeah. And I'm just going to telepathically and hopefully, and I'm not going to be able to do the voice well, but just, oh god, it's gonna hurt. Isha.
Isha.
Oh, fuck, that hurt.
Don't worry about doing character voice until your voice recovers. You can just talk normally.
No.
Well, well, you know, thanks for the bit, but if it's gonna hurt your throat, please don't worry about it. Though I can't stop you.
If I can't talk tomorrow at work, that means that I don't have to deal with members.
Yo,
Oh, there you go.
all right, strategy. I think.
Tactical.
Yeah.
Oh, isn't that what Matthew Lillard did for the Shaggy role? Actually, just force his whole voice for that. I feel like you should know that, Assassin. I don't know why I should thought you should know that random bit of information. But anyway,
I'll have you know that I am the #1 Shaggy stan. I only watch Scooby-Doo.
I see. Yes. Matt. There you go. Should be right here. Cool. All right. Bam. That is done. Well, I'm sorry, Isha. So again, the trouble that any of my men have gotten you. Have you eaten at all in the past couple days? Any water, maybe? Is there anything we can bring for you to help comfort? Do you need a blanket, food, drink?
Sorry. Just water.
Water?
I can't do the voice. I'm trying to.
Someone please fetch this Wasman water. And the goblin from before kind of looks around, seeing no one, then kind of grumbles and starts walking away to go get you. Go retrieve your own water skin that you have, and we'll be back momentarily. And after she eventually he does come back, giving you the water skin. And also, he does bring back some food ration. It's hardtack, unfortunately, but it will sustain you for the night at least. And now that Isha has been made aware of the situation, she looks over to you, and what does? Well, this is unexpected. I don't believe that I've seen one of my wording. I apologize, folks. I have not seen one of you, cousin, in a very long time. Please tell me, what are you doing away from the Kingdom of Mist?
I am currently sitting in a cage.
Yes, I'm quite well aware that you are captured and sitting in a cage. My question stems from, what are you doing up here north instead of in the south?
Oh. Well, I'm documenting, of course.
Documenting, are you here on political terms from
No,
your
hardly. Personal curiosity.
person of curiosity, and you just happen to be wandering the edges of Briarglen, curiously and whatnot. There's quite other sights, I can assure you, if you're here to document. There is the Flightless Peaks. The Flightless Peaks, for example. Well, you know, there's Port Still or Yellowk.
I never said I was documenting Briarglen specifically.
No, but that was what my men assumed that you were doing. Please understand that the current operations happening from here are currently confidential from outside Brian eyes. That's why official business from the city state of Aliak.
Oh. Well, as long as that's the truth, then I can see why I am where I am right now. Though, if you don't mind, it is quite chilly.
Do you require blankets? How many would you require? Maybe some hot tea to warm up your inside?
Just tea, thank you.
Just tea.
And may I ask when I'll be able to go, because I haven't done anything. I just happen to be passing by the area.
Well, you in particular may have not done anything, but please understand where you come from. Your quote-unquote kingdom is
Okay,
a warring
fair.
one.
I
And
see.
we already deal with enough skirmishes between the different tribes of the Walkmen, or just the insect people in general, as well as the reconnaissance missions from Yellock south. Not to mention all that all that. Actually, I'm not quite sure if I should be telling you that, but there's also new activity among the occult happening nearby, and me as a designator sister of Morlena here in Bragglin, it is my duty to stop any occultist nature in. Well, and she looks you over, and you see there's now a purplish light coming from her, and whatnot, as she kind of looks you over. And there's definitely magical essence, not necessarily maybe occultish in nature, but you can see why maybe the gods could take offense to that.
No harm done.
And for
They're
folks
just doing their jobs.
And for folks, if you'd like information on Morlena, you can go to the journal tab, and Morlena is one of the handouts that is filled out for her. Generally, the Pantheon is wide known. If you are, I will say, for probably people, for character-wise, or I guess player-wise, Finnegan, when he gets back, would know. Enna, you could possibly know, and you would be able to know. Isha being a local Wassman, and well, Jade, your character, we established that you probably wouldn't know too much of the outside world.
I don't know anything.
But Morlena is there for if you like to show your chats and whatnot of one of the different deities that potentially be worshipped in this world. I see. And what is your name, Mr.
N.
N?
Just N.
Just the letter N.
No surname.
She writes down. You can clearly tell as your power of observation, of course, and study. As she does make the motion of just writing in the letter N. Would you? All right, Mr. N. By this time, the tea has come around. It is not as hot as you would wish. More lukewarm. There's a little bit of jasmine sense to it, but maybe chamomile as well. They've mixed this in. Well, it could be you decide if you like jasmine and chamomile together.
Mamale.
Ugh. It's lukewarm.
It is lukewarm.
Forget what it smells like. I'm disappointed, but my face remains stoic.
It's not high society out here in the woods. Well, Mr.
It's
N,
pretty simple. It's hot leaf juice. How do you mess it
Lukewarm
up?
leaf juice.
Again, in the morning, well, you'll be free to go, Mr. N, but if you're here to observe, maybe we could use your services. If clearly you are one of more arcane nature, I would assume. And I get no sense of divinity from you. and her eyes fade from the purplish gaze that she was casting upon you, returning to her normal emerald eyes. Are
Let's
you sure
discuss
you?
that in the morning.
Indeed. No. I wish you all both good night, and if you need anything, please just ask one of the gods for just an item. They will not, of course, they are not permitted to talk to you, as I'm the only one. If you require blankets, more warmth, more tea, just let them know. I'll be back here by the 7th bell. And with that, she will turn around, as the battalion of men that followed her before will escort her away.
There goes the boys. Doo-doo-doo-doo.
Oh. Also, I've been waiting for a map to upload very quick for you guys, so I can give you Briar's Glen. Because if I know while I'm talking, I might as well just make myself useful. Check my cat. No, that's not it. Did it not save?
What?
I felt like it. I don't know. I don't think it saved.
Wow. So, while Kashak is
Oh, there it is.
Okay.
Cool.
As we
It's
say, while
loading up.
Kashak's dealing with that, we could all do a synchronized yo.
Yo!
Why are we yelling? I thought no, it's done. No, we did 3 yos in general.
Look,
See,
it's
the
never
joke
enough
with
yo.
the yo is that if you just keep doing it, it gets funnier.
True.
Yeah.
We're making this a running joke
Es-
now.
Especially if nobody ever times it correctly.
Also, Sprig, thank you.
No countdown, no nothing. Just
Yo!
Yo! Sprig,
And you just look at everyone and say, "Hey guys, we're gonna do a yo." I'm using guys as gender neutral, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
And you just wait to see who breaks first. That's the whole game.
You
Who
monster.
breaks first for the yo?
You monster. Well, Sprig, I want to thank you out for pointing out the map generator that you gave me before, because it led me to this map generator that I was able to use for some of the maps. Not all of them, though. And let me bring you guys to Briar's Glen. That is not Briar's Glen.
Nope.
Oh, spoilers.
That's Glen.
Not gonna lie,
We're
Briar's
going
Glen
back
looks
to
pretty
Glen?
cool.
Yeah, you guys are going back to Expeditions Gold. I tricked you. It's all a dream.
We all wake up on a carriage.
Oh, you're finally awake.
It just works.
Wait, hold on. I want to bring you to the token layer. And then let me actually go to the token layer. And actually, let me just get rid of the grid map in general. You guys don't need the grid map. Grid off, save settings, and we'll shrink it down. Tiny N. Tiny Isha. So currently,
Small.
you guys,
Cages outside.
yeah, you have your cages are outside. You do here in the town center. With it being dark, you can't really make out, but you do hear the running water. It seems to be. They do, and at least from that understanding, you do get a sense that they have some form of running water here, as there's a nearby well that is magically giving a little trickle sound, as you can barely make out water shooting out into the air from it. What are you writing on now, Jade?
I'm showing where the water is.
Okay.
I'm helping.
So you two are currently here in the center of the town in Briar's Glen. With notes. All right, Radical's not here. Shit.
I'll teach you
Okay.
to have notes.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I was trying to prepare for you guys. All right, that was cute, Jade, by the way. Anyways, was that Tap Hat? Oh, all right, we're putting Top Hat. There you go. Stole your top hat, Sprig.
It wasn't a top hat, but okay.
Oh, is that the fountain?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a cool looking top hat.
Oh, I just broke it. Hold on,
No,
I can fix
not
it.
the top hat.
I can't fix it. Oh, hold on. It.
There we go.
There it goes.
Water.
Sorry, Sprig. Oh, can't move N without making him wide N now.
Thin easily.
There we go. So currently,
I know
you.
I need to lose some weight, but God.
So currently, the two of you are outside. This is where I would have brought in Finnegan. However, Finnegan's not here, so that's okay. We will just skip to the morning then. So, dawn has come for you, and Anisha. Did either of you sleep at all?
I did not.
You did not? Okay, and did you try to sleep?
I closed my eyes for a bit.
Okay. Now, it's not currently the winter season, so it was a nice cool night. Maybe, well, I'm sorry for folks who don't use American terms, but it was about 97. It was like about 67 footballs for the temperature wise.
Thank you.
So it was relatively nice out. However, the accommodation of being inside the cage and not having a pillow definitely sorts you out. So you can get the benefit of the long rest. And however, Isha thinks how you did not sleep.
I don't need sleep as a 3 card.
So okay, that's good to know. So that way you don't have to worry about this. You don't suffer the of exhaustion for staying awake.
Did it not get added to my character sheet? Did it?
God.
I had to
Alright, look.
manually put it in, so it may not be there. Let me.
I apologize. This was my very first time having a Triking player. I'm not quite sure what they do. I know
Yeah.
that they get advantage like stealth checks. They have the extra arms and stuff.
Yeah, I can choose to remain awake. I just
Broken.
cannot-
All right, I got to nerf that. How dare you stay awake all night? You need sleep. No insomnia for you.
Why? Can't I just be awake?
Yes, it was about 67 football words. Probably just get on the channel.
Yeah, but what type of football?
Look, I don't know the different football brands. Leave me alone. I'm not really American, okay?
Soccer football or
Well,
football
no,
football?
Look, that's football. Football. See, football is that little oval shaped ball that they kick and whatnot. They throw. Football is what you're referring to. Don't at me. I don't call soccer. It's football. I use the proper terms.
I mean, okay, good at least at that, but
Oh no, science. Sprig, why are you doing this? I can't believe you're doing this, Sprig, to us. It is now morning, and the previous, as she told you herself, Sister of Morlina comes back to you. This time, she is not accompanied by guards, and she just comes normally, and she does have a ring of keys. As she unlocks both your cages and lets you out. Apologies, Isha and Ned, but there was other matters that I had to attend to last night, and I could not let you out. Now that it is daytime, you have been cleared and free to roam around Briar's Button as you see fit. You can come with me over here, and she'll bring you guys to that little, at this point, stockpile of different bags. Now, it's not just your stuff here. There is also a majority of other stuff where you'll see a hotspot of clothing, different food barrels, some armor. Though most of the armor that is in this thing that is not your own is scuffed and damaged and needs to be repaired. Here, I'm going to let you guys get your starting equipment, the equipment that you have started with, but also if you would like to, from the player's handbook, take out 25 gold pieces worth of additional equipment. This is where you guys will be able to do that right now. You can just let me know in a DM of what you would like to take, and you can add that to your character sheet.
No.
and she lets you out. Go ahead and go ahead and check off all your equipment again. Isha, you have your hand-mounted shoulder rocket now back up, and you have all your different spell components that you will need.
I realized that I did not add in sleepless, even though I have it.
That's fine. It is not mechanically important at this time, but we'll add that up eventually. But just to make sure, you did do all your starting equipment that you needed to, Tasna?
Yes.
And you have all the stuff that you need as well?
I should. I have everything. I think I have rations. Yeah, I have rations, bags. I may buy. It's probably more bolts. Is what I'm gonna grab.
Okay. If you would like to, if you want to grab 25 GP worth of bolts, you can add that. I don't know if you have the room to carry all that, but you could definitely add that if you wish to.
I'm not grabbing 20. Well, I mean, I could carry it, but I would have to summon a friend.
And N, are you doing anything?
I'm just grabbing what's mine.
All right, you can grab what's yours. Cool.
I'd rather not grab like 25 gold pieces worth. I'd probably only want to grab like one.
So you can add like another 20 bolts then.
Yeah.
I believe 20 bolts is 1 GP.
I think so.
How much you can figure it out. As you get re-equipped and whatnot, she will patiently wait, and eventually when you do get all these stuff, well, Mr. N, Mr. Isha, again, you are free by under Aliok law to explore around in the nearby forest as well as the town itself of Rice Glen. If you require lodging for tonight, that way you do not have to stay out in the cage again, you can make your way down to the southeastern part of the town, and that will be over here. Oh, being dark green doesn't really help, but well, you can find an inn there. Well, or if you want to commit trouble, we can just simply throw you back in the cages. That is your priority. If you're looking for general trade, you can find different stores around the town. I believe the only absence that we don't have currently is a cobbler, but anything else should be able to be found here. If you're in need, Mr. N, of more scholarly items, though, I would definitely recommend to visit the local temple of Silverleaf or the temple to Morlana, aka my church. There we can give you more scholarly items, whether it's inks, pages, pens, for your observation and recording, of course.
Will do.
I appreciate it. However, please understand that even though you're free to roam around, you did come in cages, so the local townsfolk may not take too kindly to, at least for the first couple of days, if you plan to stay here.
If I attempt to leave, what are the chances I get put back in a cage?
Oh, you are. Well, now that I have briefed the entirety of my men and the local militia of your safe passage under Eliac law, you should be fine to come and go as you please. However, please understand this only applies to Briar's Glen. If you try to go to any other settlement that is a logging settlement in particular, there may be consequences that I cannot guarantee your safety there. Here in Briar's Glen, you are welcome to come and go as any traveler, merchant, or whatever you may wish to be.
Thank you.
Yes, no worries. However, this does come at a cost. In regards of releasing you, we do have a favor, a task, whatever you wish to put it, but that can be discussed later. Please enjoy the rest of your day, and I will gather you tomorrow or in one of the coming days for the favor that you owe, for your freedom, of course. If you wish to see me before then, I'll be at the temple. And she will take a slight bow, and she will make her exit. Now, here by the seventh bell, there's not really a lot of hustle and bustle, but you do hear the clucking of chickens, and people are starting out their day. This is a quote-unquote logging town, but as you can see on the map, there are nearby farms and whatnot that can help feed the local populace. This is a self-sufficient town, and as you explore more of it, you can see that there are different waterways leading from the fountain, different homes and whatnot. And you have seen this before, but Isha, this is new to you. This is some form of arcane irrigation system that can allow for the city-states, or different city-states, at least in the south from what you've seen, and other city-states that you've come across, not all of them, of course, have, well, the equivalent of indoor plumbing. But the day will be rescue, and as you each take a chance to explore the day, we will, however, not go to Bride's Blood, as you'll go back to the throne. As we now come around, come to the edge of the Flightless Mountains, just east of Bride's Glen. Currently, there are two figures here camping in the middle of the night. Could I have Jade and Sprig? Could I please have you guys introduce your characters, please?
Okay. Should I go first or Sprig? I guess. Oh. Hi.
Hi.
I suppose Ali should go first since some things key off of each other. My character is Asana Kolme Hilveya, and I was and I was a small local goddess. Asana was basically a warlock patron, the patron herself, and her small community had various people who were pacted to her, through which she could help the land grow and give the people power so that they could protect their small little borders. This was a small commune deep in the frozen mountains. Her herself has lost all of her followers, all but one, and in that act has lost almost all of her power. Whereas once she wielded the power to control the weather of an entire region, now she controls only as much as a mortal, and she is afraid that of whoever destroyed her followers may come for her as well.
All right, and Sprig, would you like to introduce your character?
And Anna Oakenridge is one of the remaining followers of Asana's. Basically I'm still not entirely sure how to phrase it, the community was under attack.
Mm-hmm.
She took up the spear from the church, the relic that signified a portion of the pact. And basically in the heat of the moment swore her more or less eternal service to Asana to try and save everyone. She's kind of always had a little bit of a hero complex and kind of jumps in to help people out even if it wouldn't benefit her at all. And there is... I'm not entirely sure how to how to go forward from here. Physical description, short version, she's a big girl. She is half Furbolg and half elf. Clearly takes much more after her Furbolg mother than her elvish father. as she kind of towers over most other people.
So it is.
Very often can be seen more or less in the role of bodyguard.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll eventually come to why you were attacked. However, maybe Asana could explain that more at a later date. So,
Mm-hmm.
that attack was only recent. You guys are now finally have made it out of the flightless peaks. As Anna, you have guided. Well, how would you refer to Asana? Your leader, your friend. How would in your own words? What would you say?
She views their relationship as most akin to master and servant.
Okay. So, alright,
sees herself more as an employee or servant rather than a companion or someone on equal footing.
Okay. Just note that because I didn't actually, when we were doing all our talks, I never asked like, "Hey, Anna, how do you view Asana?" But thank you for that. Anna, you've had to lead your master Asana out of the flightless peaks. Asana does know a little bit of the different mountain range, but generally has not been here to the edges of civilization, if you could call it that.
To be fair, Anna hasn't really been out much either.
But your family has, and they've
She's
given
probably
you.
been as far as Briar Glen before because of her brother moving into working as a trader.
Right. And in these past 2 weeks leaving the mountain range, you've made sure that you're not been followed. Now, actually, hold on. I'm sorry. For me, that I have two conflicting dates. When we had our first talk, did we say a couple months before, or did we never specify a time when you guys were attacked and had to flee?
We didn't know how that was going to work into your plot, so I kind of just figured that we didn't really specify
Okay.
it.
Well, then I will. Sorry, I had two conflicting timelines when I wrote down. My apologies. We're going to say it was only 2 weeks ago, so it's still kind of fresh in the memory and whatnot. And you've made sure that you have not been followed by the mysterious people that attacked you. Not quite sure, finding out from there, you've started to make your way towards Briar's Glen, as you said, your only known civilization that you could possibly seek refuge or maybe find some form of understanding at what your brother described. You're not quite sure of what you'll find in Briar's Glen, but your brother has given you some stories of it being some form of outpost for one of the nearby city-states that particularly prioritizes the lumber trade. Whether or not you understand the lumber trade is one thing or another. Your brother explained it to you.
Lumber trade, I feel like Anna would actually have a fairly solid understanding
Yeah.
of since she's a carpenter.
Okay. Well, then you could, hopefully in this logging camp you can find, or logging town, you can find some form of help, whatnot, in the fellow spirit kinship of loggers, carpenters, logging industry. Yay!
Hooray! What?
So currently it is morning, and I believe, Asana, you said you are a morning person, correct?
What was that?
You're a morning person, correct? You're the one always awake first in the commune?
I don't sleep, so yeah. I mean,
Okay.
A worthy
That was
challenger.
the Anna
Our battle shall be legendary.
Oh no! All right,
thing Anna thing was an early to rise.
thank you.
So she got the nickname Rhineck because she's red-haired like the woodpecker and is always the first one up and hammering at something.
Well, unfortunately, there is nothing to really hammer here unless you wish to hammer down more than 10. However, Anna, when you awake, you do see Asana already Woken. Asana, could you describe your morning routine these past couple weeks that you've been doing,
Morning routine?
if you have one?
Well, I wake up. I mean, I don't wake up, actually. I'm literally awake the entire time. But once the dawn rises, I will craft a small golem from the earth and tell it to fetch water. And then make some food out of whatever happens to be around. Once that's complete, I would do some various dedications to the land and protective sigils if they're appropriate.
Okay. So, have you sent out your small little golem? It does come back with like a small. Well, did you give it like like a cup or a bowl to go fetch water with? A bucket, maybe?
I just make it and have that form.
Okay. So it does come back with a bucket full of water. You're not quite sure where, but you have seen different creeks and whatnot in the mountains and whatnot.
Is it
So
still? Are we still in the permafrost? Is it still in snowfalls?
You guys are on the outside of the
Okay.
of the flightless peaks. So it's
Okay.
now turned more to the outside of the forested area.
Okay.
So runoff. I mean, you can assume the creeks are probably runoff from the mountains and whatnot. However, for the other golem that you sent out to go get berries, you gotten enough berries and nuts to feed 2 people. Maybe have a little bit left over for a snack later on for this morning.
Okay.
So go ahead and add at least a day ration for each of. Well, I would say a day ration. Anyways, that you found breakfast at least. So Anna, you awaken to your master doing somewhat of her daily routine. You've seen these golems and whatnot before. They've been quite useful to the service of the colony in the past, but they're quite limited in number now. What do you do in the morning, Anna, as you awake and you see Asana tending to the daily chores or the morning chores?
Since we're heading to Briar Glen, she probably packs up the tents and that kind of thing right away. If there's already food and water, yeah, pretty much just packing and preparing to, like, making sure that we're ready to move again.
Alright. So, after about an hour or so of you getting ready and whatnot, you and Asana start to head out more west. One thing I do want to ask for you, Jade, is how well is Asana dealing with the fact that now it's been 2 weeks after the attack and she kind of lost her entire family? Well, if you viewed your comment at the beginning, that is. How's she holding up?
She's scared. I mean, I've never left the mountains before. I've never had a need to leave the mountains before. And I have no idea what lies beyond, but Anna says this is where we need to be, and this is the next step is going to be to, go back into some culture, and I trust Anna.
Wonderful.
And Anna, meanwhile, has no idea and is basically just, like, following after her brother, hoping that he might know something useful.
Well, also don't mind me if I start.
Somewhere else is better than here, is pretty much the situation.
Yeah,
Right.
pretty much.
Also, please don't mind me if I now deleted entire 3 paragraphs that would have been Finnegan's exposition from Briar Glen for them to you guys. So there might be a little bit of confusion. I apologize for that. Radical had technical difficulties, so I'm now kind of winging that portion.
No worries.
So he's honest. Hopefully, Radical's on his phone now. Where's my quick message? Okay, cool. Now, and hopefully, you hope. Hopefully, hope. Do the same. That's the same word. Brad, why did you have to have Wi-Fi technical difficulties to throw me off my groove? I feel like I'm Cusco right now, and the whole groove has been thrown off. But the two of you have eaten breakfast and start heading day, and you believe by the end of today you'll be able to reach Briar's Glen. Well, if I did my map correctly, well, you got probably be more. Probably be more this way.
Sure.
That seems a lot more reasonable. You think by the end of the day you can make it if you do a 4 smart set, you can reach Briar's Glen by evening. So far you've not seen any signs of life other than just the nature itself. You've seen different squirrels, skunks, bears, but you've also seen other tracks. For maybe Asana would recognize these tracks of maybe being otherworldly creatures, not necessarily here for the material plane. Which, speaking of, Jade, please remind me at sometime this weekend. I would like to talk to you about more of your path before the commune, whatnot.
Okay.
Because I realized I never did that with you. But you guys are currently now in the morning on your way to Briar's Glen, and Abby will now switch back over to Briar's Glen. Now, roughly 3 hours later, after you've been released and you're able to feel free to explore the town. And Isha, what have you guys been up to?
Well, and would go to the church and buy a book. Blank book, of course.
Okay.
And just sit.
Just sit, or would you like to sit in the town, back in the town square where you were kept overnight? Or would you like to explore a little bit?
Where there's a lot of people.
Okay.
And there would be a cat, very fluffy and gray, prowling about the rooftops near me.
For now, and you said it's fucking gray, the cat?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. For now, go ahead and just use this as your familiar. However, if you have customer that you want for your cat later on, we can add that into the token. I'll give you access.
Sounds good.
I'll give
All you
you
need to know is it's very fluffy.
very fluffy. Does it have a name?
Yes. But that's not for you to know.
I see. We'll find out next time on Dragon Ball Z Kai.
But yeah.
Alright, so there you go. You should be able to move the cat token around now. From what you understand, you've taken a couple hours to kind of see as everyone starts to come out their home. None of the townsfolk are really interacting with you, but you do get a mixed. You do get a good understanding of the local populace. First thing that comes out to you, elves and half-elves, of course. However, to a lesser extent, there's humans. There's a couple dwarves, and you'll see the occasional tiefling, as well as goblinoid. You'll see maybe one bugbear. There'll be maybe you see in this passing time like 4 different goblins, as well as you haven't seen any hobgoblins so far yet, but you do get a sense of that is the current population in the town. Good migratory spot for people is definitely in the southeastern part of the town, near the inn that she was talking about. There's a good little market over here in the southwestern part of town, just a couple blocks over from you. And, well, there's trade shops over here. You've seen people coming in, more definitely carpentries, but there's also a blacksmith over here. In-Out? Is that supposed to be like an In-N-Out reference?
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Do you have an In-N-Out up there?
No.
Oh, okay. I got very confused. Like, hold on. I thought that was like only like a California thing.
Yeah, I have 2 of my Tuesday players are from here. 2 of my Tuesday players and 2 of my Wednesday players are both from California.
Okay, I have to ask. from their testimonies, is In-N-Out overrated or good? From their
I don't know.
testimonies.
I don't remember.
Okay, well,
I think it's mixed. I think one of them says it's like the Holy Grail, and one of them says it's overrated.
it's fast food burgers. It has to be overrated, right?
Hey, I go to In-N-Out whenever I'm down in 40.
Wait, you have
Huh?
In-N-Out? Why don't I have In-N-Out around me? This is unfair.
Because I go down to Florida.
Oh,
If there... That's why.
you,
There's an
you go to
In-N-Out.
you go to Kaled.
Yeah. I used to live down there.
Ah,
So, go down there for the holidays, and there's an In-N-Out near me. It's not bad. It's been going downhill a lot recently.
Hmm.
Now,
See.
Collabers, on the other hand, if you ever get the chance to go to one of those, do.
maybe. We'll see. But what has Isha been up to this for the morning? Have you been
Isha-
following N, or have you been doing your own thing?
Isha has been looking around for somewhere to get some grub. That's really all about it. Looking
Some grub?
around. Yep. Been having
well-
some issues.
Well, does Isha have a does Isha have the money? That's the question.
Isha should have money.
Well, then let's go make you go down to the local watering hole of the In-N-Out. That's not the actual name of the inn, but you know.
Oh God, I'm
We'll-
going
we'll
to
refer-
In-N-Out.
You're going to
to wait.
In-N-Out.
I'm gonna have to wait 30 minutes to get food.
That's rough, buddy.
Oh, it sucks. In-N-Out used to be better than that.
What happened when you come mainstream?
This happens
Well-
whenever.
Long lines.
What? No, I just did not get served my food.
Oh God. All right. Isha, as you come around, you definitely get a lot of looks and whatnot walking around, and people kind of avoid you. However, you do notice that the smaller people, the children, actually kind of look at you like, "Wow, mommy, what's that? What's that?" And as a couple of them, start going around you as their mothers or occasional fathers start taking away, oh, that's one of the Walkmen. Their mom's sleeping and whatnot. Gotta run away. However, there is one kid that actually does come up to, and you do feel like tugging at you at one of your smaller hands, as a small gnome girl kind of pulls down. Maybe not even 1'5" at this point. Well, actually, Isha, would you recognize them?
I mean, I know them as a short child.
Well, then a short child has started pulling, trying to reach up, and barely able to reach like your lower left pointer finger, and like starts tugging on it, like, and she kind of looks up at you. She gives a little smile as you maybe notice her, and like points at you and whatnot. And she starts taking her two hands and pointing them upwards to you, kind of like a cat when you have catnip, whatnot. Kind of like trying to get picked up and whatnot.
I'm just gonna look really concerned because I see everyone else is reacting strangely to me. So I'm just gonna, instead of picking up the tiny gnome, I'm going to just crouch down to them.
And as you crouch down to her and whatnot, she does kind of giggle as you come down. And are you now more like just how much crouch down do you go down? Do you go to try to go down to face level?
I'm fully committing to just sloth squatting.
All right, so at this point, just even like be somewhat eye level, you actually do have to sit down at this point. And as you sit down, she kind of goes back and she points to you like, "Bug."
I nod, more confused than anything else, just being like,
And she turns out, Mama, it's a bug, one of those bug people. Also, I just noted that you guys are all talking about like what's the burger at Five Guys. Oh, hope you're having fun with that, Brady.
I'll have you know that Five Guys is just kind of mid.
Anyways, Mama, bug person. It's. She heard things for a second. A wasp. It's one of those wasp people. And standing behind her, you not a short person, but actually a rather tall individual. You see a female half elf standing maybe about 5'2", blonde hair going down to about her just below her shoulder blades, wearing a simple tunic, button down shirt underneath the tunic. Wearing also trousers, and she does have 2 daggers on either side of her waist. She comes over and like, look. There is a now. If people understand, as she left, she took her eyes off 1 second of this little gnomish girl, and then she heard Mama, and then she turned around, and there is the heavily look of concern of a mother's face could ever show, as she starts trotting over to her, and she picks her up and like, I don't know how we have talked about this. You can't just go up to random strangers. And she looks at you like, I am terribly sorry. She extends a hand. Can I help you up? I'm sorry, if Eleanor. And she'll kind of help try to pull you up. Now she's not necessarily the strongest person, but she does able to be a good anchor for you to stand back up. I'm sorry if Eleanor was having any trouble with you. My name's Alana, and she'll extend her hand again.
Just because I like this as a running joke now, I'm just going to go shake the hand and then just speaking through cry. Not dancing, Sprig. I will not dance.
Yes, it's dancing.
No, it's
I
already
am
been
not-
decided.
I am a wasp, not a bee.
Are you saying
Wasps
wasps
dance,
don't have
probably.
moves?
Listen, I don't have dance moves.
But you're
But Isha
more
can't have.
Your
aerodynamic.
language is still dance. You're just worse at it.
True.
Just for shits and giggles, Isha, could you give me a performance check to see how well you could actually dance? And this can be the first roll of the campaign. I don't care if it's a meme or not.
No wait. I haven't even won the performance.
Come on.
That's one.
You've got this.
That one. Let's go.
You've got this.
Hey, all right. So let it be known for the stat purposes. Last time the first roll of the Luminion Campaign that Sprig was in, she rolled a nat 1 for the first roll of the campaign.
I'm mad I didn't roll in that one.
We have an improvement. We have an improvement, at least.
You say that, but you're having me roll.
I mean, hey, you could have rolled that one.
I never roll well though. I roll.
Okay. All right. So good to know that you do indeed not have to dance. But anyway, that was just for memes. She pulled away her hand a little bit after the shake. Getting on the point where it was getting a little awkward. Maybe after 5 hand shaking, she finally lets go. She goes like, I'm sorry, I don't speak your tongue. I'm sorry. I do also know that you were also one of the people captured, and from my understanding, you've been released. Yes.
I not.
All right. Good.
I feel like that's a very loaded question because if I shake my head no, then it's just like, oh shit.
Oh, then you might have a gar problem. You
How
just
many
can't
guards
skip
are
it.
talking?
Oh, for guard. What? Just for you, the Skyrim guard experience.
Damn, one whole guard.
One whole guard.
That's true.
And this is also just outside the what seems to be the end. Now people have been going in and out. Like, well, I'm for your trouble. Eleanor, trouble. Can Can I offer you a drink inside?
At the inn?
And she, well, she is pointing toward the inn. Yes.
I'm just going. I'll shake my head no, just because I'd feel rude taking somebody else's stuff because there was no trouble here.
Oh, I see.
I am just gonna speak through cry just to like say words to her, and I know she can't understand it, but I find
yeah,
it funny.
Not using the translator app that you have in your head.
It's funnier to me though, because it makes people off guard.
Stella 2.0, folks.
Damn right. I learned so much from Stella.
Stella will not be an NPC. Don't even try to get her back. Stella is one-time thing.
Stella still exists in my heart of hearts.
What, by stealing all your fur?
Yeah.
All right. So, oh, that's unfortunate. Well, if I have no idea what to call you. I'm just going to call you. If you ever, again, I apologize for not bothering. She before she makes the conversation more awkward, she's gonna kind of just like walk away a little bit. Eleanor, you can't just go running up to random people. You know, who knows next time that person might take you or kidnap you. It's all people are dangerous. I've taught you that. And she'll head inside the inn.
Do you know, or I just don't want to be awkward because I could tell. I feel like it's going to be like the old saloon thing where I open the door and music stops, everything happens, so I'm just going to hold off on,
How long do you hold off?
I walk around the town to see what's here.
Okay. So you walk around town, similar description from before. You start down here. This is like a little small residential district where you see mainly just homes, whatnot. As you start going towards more over here, there's some stalls and whatnot for local produce, as well as this is where you can find the leather worker shop if you ever need anything leather-wise. That you find. Going through here, you have more of a residential district. Over here, you see there's a gray cat, kind of like flicking its tail up on a roof, looking at people and makes eye contact with you. No. You haven't seen any felines around town before, so this is the first time seeing it around there.
I want to pet him.
Would you like to start climbing the building?
It's the desire to pet, but no, I shouldn't. So I will hold off on that. I will go to the local market though and get some fresh produce.
Well then you were able to. Oh, I'm not light again. Here we go. Down here, you could pick up an assortment of what they have currently in stock: apples, oranges, and bananas. If you like local, well, some of it is imported, but mainly apples are their local produce. That's for fruit wise. For vegetables, they have beets, onions, carrots. They have the full variety of vegetable that you want. Well, regular farm vegetable. I know there's special vegetables out there. There's no tomatoes. You don't get tomato. Sorry.
That's what I wanted.
No tomato for you.
Listen, all I could say is I'm still thinking about my character just breakdancing the moment that this person was like, I'm sorry about my kid, and I just start breakdancing casually.
Alright, add that to my meme note list where I could possibly get art commissioned Isha breakdancing.
Definitely Isha intimidation check is just twerking at someone.
True,
Just
absolutely.
swing the wasp stinger around.
So you know the meme of the person like doing like the kicks and then starts just going into a breakdance? Just me and Kashak.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Listen here, you little shit. And before, in the northeast part is where all the other craftsman shops and the leather worker shop here. So that's kind of like the whole gift of the town that you've now explored. And that does take the better part of your morning, walking around and whatnot, taking in the sights and whatnot. And you do actually, as you get up here, you do notice N is just currently seated right here. N currently is not moving. I'm assuming you've been looking through the eyes of your familiar, correct?
Yes.
Okay. You see N just kind of sitting down on the bench, scribbling in a notebook. By the way, mark off 2 silver pieces if you want that new book. And they're kind of just staring straight ahead. Their eyes are sort of glazed over, and they're just writing almost robotic-like in the journal.
I am gonna buy a few oranges.
You can mark a few oranges. Let's say you get like 3. You can mark off 4 silver, not 4 silver, 4 copper for that.
Cool, 1 gold, got it.
You hand them over 1 gold. The merchant, being one of the an older tiefling, older tiefling man, kind of has drooping horns and whatnot, and of course wrinkles and what. One eye actually is currently blind, and it's just like a milky gloss into it. You don't know what sort of thing is going on that, but outside the game, that's cataract, so you can't see out of that eye. And he kind of looks down at the gold piece like, sir, that's... Are you sure?
I just grab the 3 oranges and start walking.
Thank you kindly! Come back tomorrow, I can get you more!
I think my favorite part about this is that I don't have to juggle 2 oranges in one hand.
Just have
Upgrades,
both
people. Upgrades.
for arms.
Quick question, Kashak. Is orange considered a light weapon?
No.
Or a light property?
Finesse.
Yes?
Cool.
Yes? Question mark? I'm confused. Damn it,
I just
again,
wanted to make the joke because if the oranges were heavy, I couldn't carry them with my tiny hands.
I would be able to think your tiny hand can carry a orange.
I would hope so, because they could hold short swords.
Then yes, you can definitely carry an orange around. All I can imagine now is you wouldn't be able to hold an orange. It would have to be like one of those during like pumpkin contest, one of the mutant pumpkins that farmers come up with, like 20-pounder pumpkins and whatnot.
I love those pumpkins. I would buy one.
Oh god, it would just be the actual live telling, but we do it D&D, like James and the Giant Peach. Oh god. Just the orange edition. We have the striker in the bunker to actually do it. Isha and the Giant Orange. Oh my gosh. Alright, side adventure. One shot, noted. I'll get in contact with you.
Hey, what'd you guys do the off session? Isha found a giant orange.
Anyways, you walk by the different, and that's the kind of layout of the town. And during the time, go and give me a perception check as you've been looking around and kind of studying.
Perception?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hell yeah. I rolled the same twice in a row.
Second.
I don't know if you meant me, but I still did it because I am walking around.
Yeah, you can do a perception check while walking around. 8. Alright. So, now, Isha, you have been, I guess, got added. I'm just going to take a look at that later. You've been walking around, and unfortunately, you don't notice much other than this is all just new. You're like at a child at a candy store right now. You've not been to a quote unquote a civilized town before, as you've only been in your own tribe. We'll work on your tribe, by the way. We can structure that later on, off session. And it is nothing like this. There is no water canal running from house to house in these like underground and whatnot. There's no if you want food, you have to earn it. You can't simply just walk over and just take what you want, sort of deal. And also all the variety of colors on the building, the people, it's not just black and yellow from what you're used to. And if you want, we can make your scenes on black and yellow if you were to want to have Fergie singing in your head all the time. But we can do that. No, all right. Try creating theme song for Luminion, black and yellow. It's
Oh,
done.
I was gonna make it jokingly. I'm a bee because it'd be ironic.
I hate your puns.
It's not a pun. It's just the song
Eh.
where they just say I'm a bee, I'm a bee, I'm a bee.
Look, I'm sorry. I've known Frick for 2 years now. I feel like that was a pun.
Or did I make a pun? Did I succeed?
That's just my
I
defense
didn't get
mechanism.
it if there was one.
I just felt like it was. I'm sorry.
No, I was just referencing the really. Do not cease that, Jade.
I didn't say anything.
You know what you've done.
No, I'm confused. Anyway, you don't notice anything, Isha. And on the other hand, you notice there's some form of rhythm to the town. Not in the townspeople itself, but more in the matter of the people that were watching over your particular cell in your particular cage in general. Throughout the town, between the different townsfolk, the what you can make out to be different guards, is at every district that could be in the town, between up here, whatnot. Every 20, well, actually no, you've only been kind of exploring this little block. Every 20 minutes though, you do see a march patrol of the figures in the white clothes. Now they're different all around, but you do notice about every 20-minute interval, a patrol of two people, two white robed figures with scythes, just solemnly walking through the town, going in this direction.
Noted. So just two figures?
Yeah, it's just like it's not the same two at all. It's different groups, but after about the third time, so after an hour, you do see the first patrol again. So there seems to be 3 different patrols, 2 people each.
Noted.
You don't recognize or you could recognize. You don't see the 2 guards that were guarding your cage last night.
Is there anything off about them, or are they just doing their thing, standard?
They are not interacting with any of the townsfolk. They're simply just walking forward almost systematically.
Systematically, straight out of the church and wherever they go?
You don't know where they're coming from. They seem to be they just been following the road around what seems to be around town, patrolling.
Noted.
But after about 3 hours, it's about noontime. Isha, you fully made yourself around town, and I will for next time I'll mark out different stuff for you for shop and whatnot. But
I'm a bee. I'm a bee. I'm a bee.
right, you're a bee. Yes, you're a bee.
No, I'm singing the best song.
Well, now you're a bee. Okay, you're no longer a wolf. You're a bee. You've metamorphosed. You're metamorphed.
Oh God!
It's too late. You like jazz now.
My hubris turned me back.
On the bright side, this means you dance better again.
True. If you think
Does
about
this
it,
mean that I get increased charisma for my
Give it-
dancing?
Give me another performance check to see if you increase.
Oh God! If it gets worse, I'm gonna laugh. All right, here we go.
that's a 1. That counts as a 1.
Nope, it's already reduced down. It was a 3.
No, it's funnier this way though.
3? It's
Yeah,
funnier if you take that disadvantage roll.
All right.
Isha just has expertise in performance now.
Just very quick before we go on, Isha, and you guys want to do anything else for the remainder of the day?
No, I'm pretty content. Just go on a nice little tour.
If I noticed that they were systematically walking, I would have my familiar go up and like rub itself on their legs to see if they reacted in any way to it.
Okay. So eventually you can go there. Whatnot, as the cat kind of rubs up to him. There is no reaction from them. However, your cat, well, you're familiar or you're sensing through it, feels a very chilly touch when it comes in contact with them. It's like there's no heat there.
All right, and that would pique my interest, but that's it for now.
They don't react in the sense where I'm not gonna have to kick your cat. I'm not doing a Matt Mercer there where poor Frumpkin, man. In session 1, your cat can stay alive for now. Frumpkin standing can stay alive.
Hey. If they kick my cat and it dies, don't worry about it.
Okay.
They'll
Well,
just die, you know?
So we'll say you and you'll just kind of observe the town for the remainder of the day,
Yes.
going into like evening. Isha, you're going to parade eventually. Where? Oh.
Hang on.
What's up?
I just realized something.
What's up?
Abe reacted with an emote. That
What?
is the entire B movie. In the Discord. I just looked and I'm like, oh, it's the B movie.
Anyways, back to focusing on D&D.
Sorry, I just saw bright flashing and I'm like, what the hell?
All right, now we're back on track without Finnegan. We're gonna go back over into the swamp. It's now afternoon, Asana and Anna. You've traveled halfway the thing, and you feel like you're actually making better pace than you think, Anna. You notice the different markings that your brother has pointed out in the past and how to get to Prize Glen. You've gone over the grove, you've gone past the little stream through the woods, and you think only about maybe 3 hours left. However, it's at this time you start noticing there seems to be a change in the scenery. Where there was different bird chirping, there were different just animal tracks in general, squirrels in the trees. You've come upon a period of time, about 6 minutes, where you haven't heard any animal noises in general.
That's scary. Is the land okay?
I don't know, would you like to investigate and see if the land's okay? I know that you can talk, you have certain abilities, but do you have anything to check on, like actual plants itself?
I can talk to animals, and I can perform a ceremony. But let me see. I think I have a ceremony that would be appropriate. Do I? Actually, no. I guess not. Those all require. Interesting. I suppose I don't have a way of actually communing with nature directly outside, unless there's animals present.
I feel like we can fix that later on if you want that sort of ability. I feel.
I just will be concerned.
Okay.
Maybe I should make a few.
Would you like to make a few columns?
Yeah, I'll make a few rats to have, just so that something is scurrying around in the underbrush.
Okay.
They're not actual rats. They are just, small
Yeah.
critters.
No, that is a sonnet response. And after not really noticing any animal noises and whatnot going the period of time, what's your thoughts going on?
Um, well, we're not near. Well, we're not near enough town that this would be normal to not see or hear animals.
Mm-hmm.
Even then, not hearing animals at all is strange. Even if you're like in or near town, there'd usually be birds at least.
Yeah. There's no birds even?
You haven't heard it. You haven't heard a bird call in a little while. Maybe they're up in the sky beyond hearing range, but you have not seen or heard any in the trees for a little bit now.
There's an hold on, I have a thought. I have a brain think. Can I combine... I have a staff of bird calls. Like, that actually is an item that I have. Can I
Okay.
combine that with animal friendship to actually try to call any birds who are in range to hear?
So how I roll is you can use the bird call to try to attract a creature.
Mhm.
And then when you see the creature, you can then appear. If you do get a big, go ahead and give me the bird call. Let me just check out the item very quick.
Performance?
Asana. Oh no, bird call. Yeah, you have a staff, so I don't think you would have to worry about the performance portion. You don't have it. Okay, let me look it up very quickly. Bird calls. Decorate bird carving has 10 charges while holding that action to fall down. First chimp. Lose honk. What sort of bird are you trying to do?
Whatever would be indigenous to the area. I mean,
Okay, you've
probably be a songbird, I would imagine.
you've seen finches. In the mountains, you've seen ravens and whatnot. And
Mhm.
I would say you've seen in the total of your journey, you've seen gooses, ducks, finches, which can be any songbird, and you would see owls and ravens. You haven't seen an eagle. You haven't seen a loon, a turkey, or a seagull, though.
I would try a finch, and then I'll also try a raven, since ravens tend to gather in places where other birds may not. So that would be the two I would check.
Okay. So when you do the finch first, go ahead and spend one charge, and unfortunately you don't get any response back. However, you try the raven.
Mhm.
Can you give me? Excuse me. Could you give me an animal handling check, please?
Oh. Okay. I do have the innate ability to talk directly to them.
The animal handling is just see if something would be attracted.
Oh, fair enough.
So you beat the DC. When you do the raven call out, it echoes out for a couple moments, and you're still walking at this point, unless you particularly want to stop. I
No,
would assume that you keep walking.
we can keep walking. And the staff bird calls is just my walking stick.
Okay. Eventually, maybe roughly 25 seconds later, as the sounds have sort of stopped from the staff bird call, we'll say it can echo out a little bit. You do notice that there is the flapping of wings coming around, and landing in a nearby tree, you do see two ravens that have been attracted to the call. They look down at you and Enna. I would actually, hold on, Enna. Was your reworked Fergal? Can you talk to animals as well?
Yeah, I can.
Can you understand them back? Just very quick for this next little
I
bit.
can only understand basic concepts, so I can get basically 1 or 2 word answers back.
Okay.
Anybody can talk to animals. The question it's a question of whether or not they can understand you.
No, that is fair. That is fair.
Yeah, it's like I can understand very simple answers, but not like full conversation.
But that is where Asana is. Asana is your translator. Got it.
Hello, friends.
they kind of perk down. There's two of them. I'm not really going to detail on description. They look pretty typical raven. One of them actually, though, however, has reddish like tail feathers, which is it's somewhat unusual for a raven. But there's all different aspects of creatures and mutations that you've come to know over the years of Sauna. Nature is wonderful in that matter.
Mm-hmm.
And they look down, friend, and they kind of look together. No. We friends, right? George, we friends?
Hmm.
The other raven looks back towards the that is the non-red-tailed raven. Saying I said George, right? I said George.
Yes.
Looking to the red-tailed. So the red-tailed raven is George. George kind of looks around. You're like, not prejudice. Nope, not prejudice at all.
What passes?
Maybe for passes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, you saying passes as in like you're passing or
No. What passes? As in what what is the news? What is going on? It's
okay. Well, passing. Okay. Passing. Do you have food? Food. Worms? Maybe worms? Maybe insects?
certainly. I touch the ground and mold earth to rise up. If there's a worm underneath and I can feel it, I'll rise it up to me.
Yeah, you can find a little worm and whatnot. You can find a total of 4.
Okay. I will hold all of them out in my hand.
Fred, they have worms. They have offerings. We didn't take them back. They have offerings, Fred. I think they are friends, George. Friends indeed, Fred. And then the two ravens will come down, and they will land on your arm, and they'll start taking the worms and whatnot, and they'll take a couple seconds to kind of gobble them up. And then Fred will fly off that arm and will land on your left shoulder, while George is now on your right arm still. And you can make out the words Fred, George, friend, and worm so far and whatnot. Friend indeed. Friend name. What is friend name?
I am Asana.
This is George. This is George talking to you.
Mm-hmm. I am Asana.
Asana.
Are you safe? Are things safe here?
If your friend's safe, yes. Our lady will make it safe for you.
Oh.
If you a white robe, you no friend. They kind of look down. You're not wearing a white robe, right?
No.
Then you are friend. You are not friend. You are not friend. You are friend, not a friend.
I translate this all to Anna, mind.
Lady does not like the white robe ones. No, not indeed. They come, they take, they make friends suffer.
Are the
They
white
make the
robes
friend.
nearby?
They kind of look at each other. We have not seen them recently. But the white robes are not friends, though. They are not friends to the forest. They cut down the forest. They take our homes.
Oh. Where are the mice?
They kind of look at each other, kind of look, and then kind of look. They George will take his right foot and kind of claw at his belly.
We do what now?
George takes his right foot and kind of claws at his belly when you say, "Where are the mice?"
Mm-hmm.
They have gone. They have become life. They will become new life for the plants.
Where are the squirrels?
Oh. The squirrels maybe have gone. We are not necessarily friends with the squirrels. The squirrels are neighbors. They're not necessarily friends. We do not keep track of them.
Mm,
Our mistress does not keep track of the squirrels.
I see. Would you ask your mistress if we may pass safely?
Oh, mistress already sees you. Of course you can pass safely.
Well, thank you.
We are. our mistress actually seeks, and now Asana, you are reborn, but can you give me a reminder of your physical description of what you more look like, of what race you would maybe resemble?
I look Fey.
Okay.
Yeah, I look Fey.
Okay. Do you have pointed ears and whatnot?
Vaguely.
Okay. They
Short,
will
short
notice
answer is
the
yes, but
they will
yeah.
notice the pointy ears, and that's where that will consider. We seek one of your cousins, in one of the pale ones, and pale elf. We seek one of the pale elf. He was nearby.
Oh.
Our mistress sent for us to find him and to greet him, but we don't know where the pale elf is.
I see. Well, if we come across the pale elf, I will call you again. Here. I will make you something for your mistress. I will grab some clay from the earth, and taking about 10 minutes or so, I will perform a ceremony to imbue it with a guidance spell. Single use. And I will give it to them. Basically, I'm creating a magical trinket. It'll only last for like 24 hours because that's, the power level I have, and that's what my spells allow, but...
Okay. Fred will take it. My treasure. But I get next treasure. I get next shiny. They look over to Anna. Is she friend of friend?
Of course.
And then they will fly over to you and kind of land on your shoulders, and you will be understand. They say, friend. Where's friend's heading?
Rita?
I feel like she reaches up and like gently scritches a little bit around under their chin.
And
under their beak.
they'll give a little cooing sound as they do appreciate that. And they will start pecking at your fingers a little bit, just more of a affection, though, not really trying to malice. Where are friends heading?
Heading to Briar Glen, at least for right now.
Glen. Robes, white robes, mistress, like Briar. The Glen. The Glen. They cut down the trees, they take the trees there. It's just does not like, and they'll kind of fly off your shoulder back to the tree. Wait, the pale elf. Friend, pale elf. We saw pale elf. We think pale elf. They kind of look at each other like. They look at each other. They're clues themselves. Friends?
Okay.
Friends? You two friends, yes?
Yes, if we find...
They seem to have gone kind of full circle, and their attention span has shortened out.
I will continue to go around full circle for the entire conversation until nudged out of it.
This probably goes on like for a couple of different minutes.
When she notices the loop is turning, Anna just kind of like gently nudges her with an elbow.
Oh, yes.
We should probably go before the sun goes down.
Ah, yes. We shall meet again, friend. Farewell.
Bye, friends. Friends? They not white robe. They not friends. And Fred and George keep going back and forth and whatnot. Eventually, when you start walking away and whatnot, they kind of you hear the bird flaps and whatnot away. It's maybe another 20 minutes later when you guys can start hearing more of the usual sounds of nature. You'll hear different bird calls. You'll hear the buzzing of insects, and you'll hear this occasional scattering of the underbrush of different small rodent or squirrels and whatnot. In particular, though, you do not see any ravens as you continue traveling. I will mark this on your guys' map that in this particular area, fauna. Actually, let me just get rid of the grid in general. don't really need a grid on here.
Sorry. So someone anonymous played a flirt noise at me. I very nearly I freaked out for a second, and it was just a lucky thing my thumb didn't reach my push to talk button.
Nope. There shall be no scaring of the kobolds. We are here to go. Unfortunately, this is a little. We are now back on track and whatnot. That was a planned event. Okay, that was not random. Damn you, Radical's Wi-Fi. Hopefully next time their Wi-Fi is fixed up next time. For this little interaction, I'm going to let you guys leave a little reminder. What color would you like, Jade?
What now?
What color would you like for this marking? I'm going to give you a marking of where the little absence of animal noise was, and you found the ravens.
Oh, oh.
Great, choose a color.
Purple.
Purple, okay. I'm going to just give a little.
Goodness. Almost immediately after you did the don't scare the kobolds, it's a trap!
Hey,
It,
there you go.
it was this kind of particular area for the absence of sound. Figured that could be a point of interest for you guys to return to if you wish to at first your day. But that is there. I will make a little text box, but then eventually it'll start to become evening time, and over the distance and whatnot, Asana and Anna, you guys can make out the town of your destination. And you guys can appear on the east side of the map, or the southeastern, about. I'm assuming you probably wouldn't be following a main road, Anna, or would you be following a main road?
I feel like we probably went just straight through the woods, because there's probably no actual road back to where we came from.
Okay, then I'll say you guys to start. You guys can appear on the map over here on the right side of the map in the tree line.
And we'd both be very comfortable walking through the forest.
I will say that you guys start to notice that there have been cut down trees in the grass. What would seem to be like a full on forest here seems to be different unnatural clearings of trees, and you can see stumps and whatnot clearly hacked down by some instrument. As you guys get closer and closer to town. And then we can put Asana over here. Alright.
I'm huge!
Cool. Oh. There we go. Alright, Asana Emma has now reached Briarglen. No more stuff. However, I will say this, being 10:40, and we have an hour left with technically gameplay. I'm going to say, folks, take your 5-minute break here to go use the bathroom, get water and whatnot, and we will then finish out the rest of the session before. I gave a solemn oath to Safi that I would have a rough cutoff time, so I will plan that out for Safi's purposes. So. Fear not, Safi. I remember the promise that I made. But yeah, go ahead, folks, to take a small 5-minute break. Go to get whatever you need. I'll be right back in a couple minutes.
All right. So the spell creation thing is the ceremony of investiture. Wow. Oh, meow, 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 meow. How you guys doing?
Doing good. How about you?
I'm doing good.
Y'all ever just want to yell?
Yo!
Yo!
Also,
I do good. Thank you for asking.
I was just
Yay.
looking back through. I was looking back through all the chats, and I see this raw ass line that hurts a lot, Sprig. Of
Which one?
just Isha just out here selling phone service with the AT&T pose.
Yeah.
Just hurts.
She had mentioned the A pose and T pose happening at the same time because it's Thrycreen.
Yep, you A pose
Yeah.
and T pose simultaneously.
Yeah, it's the only one I have so far.
Naturally, that means that you're in an AT&T pose.
Makes sense to me. That's just math.
It's the only one I have so far because I got a commission just so I could be like, hey, this is what I want to play.
I mean, my character art is literally just something that I found on Google Images that I liked. So I think you're doing. I think you're doing better than I am right now.
I AI generated mine.
Mm-hmm. I love the expression on your character's face, though. Gotta say, it looks intense, which is fitting.
Yeah. It did come out really well.
Mm-hmm.
I am regularly surprised by that bot. By that AI. I've been using it for like NPC tokens and stuff when I can.
Mm-hmm.
Just so that I don't have to steal art from people.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I also still steal art from people for tokens, and I feel bad for it all the time, but like, there's no way I could afford to own all of the assets for all of my tokens for all of my games.
Yeah, there is value in AI art. Like, I know a lot of people are mad about it right now, but
yeah,
there is value in AI art, and it's not putting artists out of business because actual artists are going to be doing much, much better work. But if you need something for a task, like a character token, it's a good way of doing it.
or even to get like a reference image of like a visualization to help an artist in a commission.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. But then again, there's also people who are seeing it as replacing artists as opposed to a tool, and those people are tools because
Mm-hmm.
It's a whole complicated mess, basically.
Yeah. It's a new technology, so it's going to jumble up the industry.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then people are going to learn how to use it and, like, make use of it effectively, and then it's gonna stabilize again.
Exactly.
Of course, I have the luxury of not relying on art commissions to pay my bills, so
That's also valid,
I have
actually.
a different perspective to some other people.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think that's the biggest concern, is for the artists who are essentially paycheck to paycheck right now. So to speak.
I agree. By the way, my character's last name, Kolmehulvea, is a double entendre.
Bless you.
It means three moose, but it can also mean three tragedies, depending on how you translate it. And I thought that was a cool and appropriate way of handling it. It's Finnish.
Yeah.
And my axe is also named in Finnish, Tolovi. It just means winter. It's not like any real fancy name, but I thought it was fitting.
The thing that makes it especially fitting for it is because an axe bites, and it's winter's bite.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's got layers.
Yep.
Safi mentions that what concerns them is that there are people who take art, steal it, slap a filter on it, and claim it as AI artwork. And I think that is somewhat easily sussed out, but what is more big danger is people who are not people who make bad algorithms, basically, because there are some times where you can see what source image an AI used for its art, right? Like you can sometimes, if an AI doesn't have enough source imaging, you can sometimes say, oh, okay, it clearly took X image and modified it, and that can be an issue, especially when you're dealing with actual artists and actual people's art, because AI art, to its benefit for many people, is non-copyrightable. You cannot copyright AI art because it is not created by a person, therefore it is immune to copyright. And if the AI is taking art from something that is copyright, then concerns. But that comes down to making bad AIs, though, right? That's what that really boils down to. Sorry,
Oh,
spieled.
did I come back? Did I come back to a question about from similar to last night? I know.
I didn't do anything.
We were just having a conversation about AI art.
Ah,
Don't accuse me. I didn't do anything this time.
Do you want to do something?
We got onto it just because I mentioned that I was using AI art for my token.
that's I'm not questioning. I'll and in particular to last night when it was a loaded question, but in general, wasn't accusing you. That's all. Or sorry, I didn't mean to be accusatory towards you. I had a similar situation for on stream last night. Assessment asked about AI art, like, well, with some people currently watching right now, this is definitely a loaded question. I don't want to get into that sort of topic and whatnot. That's all. But that's to further explain for you, Assassino. That's all.
I don't understand.
I had a lot of people in chat last night that definitely does not like AI art. I didn't want to give my opinion on it just because it was. I know that was going to go into a very big debate if I did. So I just kind of avoided the whole topic in general.
Reasonable.
Did everyone get water though that they needed?
Yee.
Especially you, Assassino.
You'll never make me.
Well then, it's not really fair that you force Jade to drink water and Spring to drink water.
It's perfectly acceptable too, because they're good beans.
So are you.
I'm not.
You are. You're a bean soup, but it's still a good bean.
Not soup.
Isn't it bean soup a chili?
Then you must be a good bean.
Wait, hold on. You're correct, Jade. Assassino's just chili now.
Oh my goodness.
No.
Chili boy.
Shock took away my mod powers.
I took away your mod powers earlier. I can give you back to it.
Yeah, I'll take them back. You bully.
You can wait till after session now.
Excuse me.
I'm sorry. I didn't want any distraction when it comes to stuff, so I just took away your tempting power. That's all. Just for session though.
How am I
Oh,
supposed
Kashak, as a random thing, just talking about mod powers and stuff.
What's up?
I am saving up to do a thing on your channel. I'm looking forward to it very much.
Oh.
It is a great meme.
The Raven tattoo as well? I agree. We should
No.
combine our points.
No,
Please
that's
don't-
not the meme.
Please. All right. Oh, I see which one. Oh, you're going to be the first person other than Zoopy to do that, Sprig.
To do what?
I don't know.
What do you think I'm gonna do?
I'm just going to send you a DM.
So here's a question. Does B speech work to talking with Isha?
I mean, I'm technically a humanoid. Also, I sent this to Sprig, but I figured it'd be funny to send it into here. Yeah, Sprig just looked at it.
Backwards feet.
I used a free generator just to try to make a Drake for shits and gigs. Gave it no reference other than just like dragon, no wings, and I have to wait for it to load now, but it's beautiful. It's truly something. Hopefully this is in the right area. Yeah, it is. So, what do you guys think?
You
Just go
posted it in art.
Yeah, it's an art.
That's what it came up with.
Backwards feet.
Magnificent, truly.
It's beautiful.
Is this why I came back to people talking about? No, Sprig.
No, it was Sprig and that, and then I
Yeah.
just looked up a free generator to look. It's
Okay.
pretty funny.
Well, I'm definitely interested to hear other opinions outside of D&D about that topic, because I know that is a hot debate for, at least in the social media aspect of the internet.
Oh yeah, hang on.
We were saying that basically the thought is that it will be a useful tool for people, but not like a replacement of real artists.
Yeah.
That's fair. That is
Like being
that's fair.
able to use an AI generator to make something that resembles what you have in your head as a mental image of what you want, so that the artist has a visual to work from as well, not just like words.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
There's a piece of art circulating where it's two people sitting on a beach holding hands, and it's almost perfect, but their leg got replaced with a hand. So they're holding like a leg as a hand, and it's beautiful. I don't think I could find it though, because, it's hard to find things once you misplace them.
True.
Hold on, I just noted Jade's name that they posted earlier. This umbrella sparked a scare at the hospital in Washington after it was mistaken for a rifle. What? I don't. Jade, where did you find that?
I have no idea what you're talking about, since that's not something that the chat can see.
Ah. Gotcha. Okay. Alright, so, Aisley, are you back?
Yes, I've been here.
I just hadn't heard you talk while we were chatting, so I wanted to make sure.
Radical, are
Yes,
you
I'm
back?
here.
No, I'm not back. You're right.
Your name's Radical?
Yeah, I have to step in for Radical today because Radical internet died, apparently.
Oh no, GMPC.
Fear me! I am the GMPC. Alright, I am now taking center spotlight and whatnot. I'm rolling 40-10 damage against all of you. Alright, that's it. Campaign over. I am the GMPC. Only me.
But I would live that, sir.
Well, I would not.
Get dumped.
Alright, let's see. It is 10:55. I need to stop. It's 10:55 my time, at least.
How is it 10? Is my computer wrong?
It's
Well, I'm-
10:49.
Then my
Shock is
computer.
si-
Then my
Shock.
computer's off.
Shock is 6 minutes ahead of us.
How?
My computer's off. I get it. Just 10. It says 10:56 for me. All right.
Guys, Kashok can time travel. They're six minutes ahead of us.
Tell us stories of the future.
I finished my bagel.
Damn, I didn't even know you had a bagel.
Wow.
Apparently, this
Uh,
is an interesting thing. Apparently, a head of lettuce outlasted a head of UK Parliament recently.
What?
Let's not get into
I-
politics.
Yeah. Anyway, let's go back on
Sorry,
track.
it was just I only
No,
know about it from the meme.
Oh, let's stop talking politics. Anyway, let's go play D&D and talk politics.
Exactly.
Yes, let's talk bird politics with Fred and George. I'm assigning Fred and George to now be Jade and Sprig, so whenever Fred and George come by, you guys can be birds now. You can be bird people. This is a joke. Please
Yay.
don't harm me. Please don't harm me.
Upgrades.
This is a joke.
Oh boy, Mr. Cog in return.
All right. Sure, you go to South now?
No,
You're okay.
I exist. It's either gonna be me trying to do the deep voice, or it's just gonna become Kermit the Frog. There's no in between. I'm not sorry.
Don't do Kermit the Frog tonight, just so you can save someone of your voice. Also, let me end my selling music. Cool. All right. Asana and Anna, you guys have now reached just outside Briar's Glade. It's currently evening, roughly around the 6th bell. Well, actually, Asana, did you have bells at your commune to tell time?
Don't think we needed them. I mean, you have the sun, and if you have the moon, why would you need anything
Okay.
more than that?
Got it. So, when you guys heard in the distance, 6 bells, like 6 very metallic, deep bells ring out. Anna, you maybe have heard it, but Asana, actually no, Asana, have you heard a bell before? Or maybe a gong? That's the question. Do you recognize the sound that you have heard, Asana?
We've probably had like a
From
cattle
music.
bell, or like the concept of a bell is
Yeah.
probably familiar.
I just
Mu-
realized every time I say
concept of
one.
music.
Okay, so in a music term,
Mhm.
this is a very dull music tone that is ringing out, and it's only 6 beats. The song that you've heard. It has come from the town, and it's come at a very low pitch, maybe a lower D sharp, or maybe D flat, in some form of D note. But it does ring out 6 times, and there is no following accompaniment with it.
Okay,
I guess soup's on, maybe?
maybe. Or at the very
That's-
least, we know that someone's there.
Somebody at least.
Yeah, maybe they'll be nice.
It's a weirdly big bell.
It is, but it's also a big town from what I can see here. So maybe the
You guys can- Sorry, I didn't mean to.
no, that's all. Maybe
I was
it's
gonna say, if
related.
you guys wanted to move forward, feel free to keep moving towards town.
You don't think they have a giant loot too, do you?
Oh, that would be amazing, wouldn't it?
Kind of, but like, what do you do with the rest of the time? Do you live in it? How do you store that kind of thing?
Well, I suppose we'll have to ask. I've seen some very large, wind instruments.
As you guys start to get more towards town, at this time, Isha, and it is, as you've heard now, the 6th bell and whatnot. Would resize token? Don't worry about resizing the token right now, because we're just using it oh, this is where you are in the town sort of deal. Not grid to be life size. Where would you think you'd be at this time? And you would definitely be feeling hungry at this point if you've only been doing nonstop observation today. Isha, how are you feeling?
I'm good, but I just realized that my armor class is wrong, so I have to fix that real quick. It's starting to get darker, right?
Mhm.
I would actually now go into the tavern.
Okay. What about you, Ed?
Likewise, I would wait for my cat to come back to me, perched on my shoulder. We would go as a unit to the area the inn was mentioned. I haven't been there myself, so I'd probably get lost on the way. But I'd eventually make it there.
All right. You know I'll say if you're going to get lost, let's say it'll probably take you maybe around 20 minutes or so to just make your way through. Isha, you've already seen where the tavern is, so you can just head straight there. Also, isn't it funny, Jay, that you've now had two definitely vampire characters in Luminion you've played with in your party?
Mm-hmm. It seems to be a thing, huh?
It seems
Who's
you
a
just
vampire? Ooh.
I don't know. I guess vampires just like following you around.
Apparently. Terrifying.
Is it though? Is it though? Anyways, you two are in the tavern, and currently, Isha, when you currently get into the tavern, it is sort of lively in here. You do hear some form of music going on. Hear what seems to be a wind instrument of sort. I would say definitely near your tribe, you would have drums for some form of sound, but you maybe you've only heard wind instruments in your travels coming through. Maybe the occasional like hunter with a windpipe or whatnot, but you're not quite sure what type of instrument it is.
Chonk, by the way. There you go.
There's just chaos going on with the drawings right now. There's chaos, utter chaos. It seems. Hold on, Jade, did you try to boop Frey?
Nope. I am being booped. I'm being assaulted with boops.
Who's? Oh. It's the third Isha doing it. Okay. Why is the cat big?
There's two cats now.
It's getting out of hand.
Now there's two cats to pet at the same time.
All right, Isha, you recognize you've seen some folks that you've seen from town. There's roughly about 30 patrons in here. It's a very moderate sized inn, 2 stories. The outside made of the lower wall sections are made of cobblestone, heading into mainly windows. Very dirty though. It doesn't seem like they've been kind of washed. Really hard to see in with like smog and fog on it. Going into more of a cedar wood base for the walls. The roof is thatched wood roof with a little bit of what would seem to be plant-based rope attached to it, so that way to try to hold down the thatch roofing in place. On the inside, you can see there is an upper balcony just above a circular fireplace in the middle, just a giant, almost like bonfire. Like the fire pit itself, made of bricks and mortar, circling around maybe 6 feet in diameter. So really big fire. There's a roaring fire going in flame where you can't see past it when you first come in, but you see all manners of folks in here: tieflings, elves, humans, and whatnot. And at the bar, you can see there's currently about a 10-foot L-shaped bar. There's different manner of glasses on shelving beyond it, and there's like a little window built into the wall that seems to lead into another room where there's revolving doors that are currently just swinging in and open as someone's constantly coming in and out. And the person you see coming in and out in there, Isha, that's the person that you met earlier. You see Alana currently rushing around, and see holding different what seem to be wooden plates of food and bringing them to these different tables. As she's looking around, she doesn't notice you, but what do you do, Isha, when you come in? Do you sit down at a table, or do you want to wait outside again?
I will sit down at a table.
Okay.
I also wonder why people are denying truth.
Denying truth.
But hey, I'm just gonna sit down. If there's an empty table, I'm going to just sit at it and look at, hopefully, a menu.
It is a packed house. However, as you start sitting in, and you start closing in on trying to find a table, there will be one table that kind of looks at like, and they kind of immediately just start getting up. About a group of 6 humans, they just immediately get up, kind of give you sideways glances, and kind of hurry along. They don't like run away, but they do give a brisk walk towards the bar to try to find some stools to sit on. And there's now an empty table for you.
for me. I am a bit saddened by this, though, but you know. I'll survive. Probably.
All right. And with that, you've maybe about 10 minutes after you, and you walk into the to see the same description as before. There's, on the other hand, at this time, there's been also two other servers that's come out of the doors and serving food. Everyone, and this blondish hair, half elven woman, not wearing the outfit from earlier, but wearing more of a greenish blouse, not blouse, sorry, sundress at this time. But also have like a knee-high boots.
With the fur?
There's a little bit of badger fur at the top of them, so yeah.
Damn, the whole club will be looking at her.
However, she has not tripped and hit the floor. Sorry, man.
Damn.
She's looking around. She still hasn't noticed you, Isha. But and you do notice out of everyone, all the tables are booked, and it seems the bar is not full. But you do notice the Waspman, the one called Isha, or referred to Isha, sitting at a table by themselves or himself, by Isha self. What would you like to do, Evan, as you walk in?
Would I have noticed Isha's hesitation when they were tempted to climb the building to pet Sin at all?
I don't know. Do you wear your emotions on your sleeve, Isha, do you think?
I see a cat. I want a pet cat.
Yes.
Then I would say yeah.
Okay.
I
Then,
mean, it's
knowing this, I would go over, Sin still on my shoulder, and sort of sit down in the chair at the table, right? Across from Isha, and then I would creep my chair closer and closer so that I'm sitting as close as possible to the Waspman. Uncomfortably close.
Okay. Isha, you have been joined by N, the person that spent the night in the cages with you, or the other cage with you.
Cat on shoulder, very fluffy.
it's just. It's kind of hard to say that like I have facial expressions because it's mostly just bugs don't really, other than like the antennas.
You can put a lot of expression into a motionless face. Trust me, as somebody who has several years of mask acting under their belt.
Yeah, the way you stare and whatnot. Also, your mandible position.
Mm-hmm. Body languages and other forms, yeah.
Yeah. I turn and look towards the individual who sat beside me. Just not trying to be aggressive or anything, and just look at them. And then just go to pet the cat but miss, and just pet them.
Just pet the vampire.
Is that a vampire? I don't know
Am
what
I
you're
a
talking about.
vampire?
Yep.
Is this canon?
Yep.
And then just after like a second, just stop, move my hand like very slowly to the cat, and just and like act like nothing happened.
Yes, when you pet me, I just sort of stared at you blinking.
Cat. Yeah, they are similar.
Is N just emotionless right now? You're familiar right now?
It definitely has to be. You pet the vampire purrs, you pet the cat, excuse me.
As tempting as that is.
Guys, we're killing Assassino with this. We gotta stop.
Now, I don't think we're acquainted, but I saw you in the other cage last night. Do you have any idea what's going on around here?
Well, what language are you speaking to me with, by the way?
Amen.
You have no idea what this person is saying to you.
I look at the cat and I just keep petting it.
I sort of scoop my chair away
I just
just
continue.
so Sin is out of reach.
You just see me start reaching for the cat.
And as you start reaching for the
Mm-mm.
cat, neither of you have noticed, but Isha, you feel another tugging on your lower arm.
Left or right?
I'll say your left side.
It's my blind side. Just like my right side.
Your whole body, your blind side.
He has the same perception as me.
How
Second
stealthy
to
is this
nothing.
child, by the way?
Nat
Who
20.
said anything about a child?
Oh no.
Anyway, you feel a tug at your lower left arm, Isha.
Okay, I look.
And
Still
hey,
petting the cat.
as you're petting the cat, you look down below and you see the similar small gnomish girl that you saw earlier, Eleanor, as you remember her being called. And he goes, Wasp man, hi.
I wave with one of my other hands at them. God, I'm almost gonna have all my hands full.
I mean, aren't like at least three of your hands still well at this point probably two of your hands because you're probably holding two oranges in one hand. Aren't you still holding your oranges? What
I
did you
would've-
do with your
I
oranges?
Like a normal being that's hungry, I would eat them.
So you ate all three oranges?
Yes, they were delicious.
Alright, you're not getting scurvy today, that's for sure.
Shock just looks at me. Roll a con save.
They're poisoned.
I expect no less.
Don't worry,
Good
that's only Sunday you have to worry about it.
Good. I have resistance to. I don't have resistance to poison.
Oh.
I'm not even
Super
poison oranges.
vulnerable. Super vulnerable to poison.
Got it, so
Give me.
got it. I'll use acid damage. Not even. No, I'm going to use magnesium damage. Take that. I don't even know that. I don't. Can magnesium hurt people? I'm not. Can magnesium hurt a slime? I'm not quite sure now. Anyways, moving on.
If I. Shock just. You're just gonna suplex me one of these days.
I am. I'm gonna. You're in Grim Hollow now. That's where Hodge is. I'm just gonna hire Hodge to hunt you down. You can deal with Mr. Grapple Combo 5000 player. Anyways, moving forward. Eleanor is there. It was Laughman. Hi.
Yeah, I wave back.
Alright, how can you wave? Your hands are all occupied, aren't they?
They're not.
Right, you don't have oranges still anymore. You ate them.
We established this. They were good. Some of the best, even.
There. Children, stop playing around. That was distracting me the entire time. Like, oh my god, you two.
Like our fun.
Anyways, like, and she kind of reaches up again for you to, like, expectantly. And she kind of goes under tiptoes. What? Best man.
I'm.
Would you like to give me an insight check of what you would like?
Oh, it's gonna be hard. All right. Holy shit! I rolled good.
Nice.
Only time you're ever going to be able to do anything.
Damn right.
you do remember earlier that when she was doing that, it seemed to be her parental figure, her mother, you believe it's called, had picked her up and kind of held her close to her chest, and you get an inkling that maybe this is what Eleanor wants. By the way, when they were speaking to you earlier, it wasn't in common, it was in Elvish.
I look at the associate who's scooting away from me. I point at him.
She kind of looks over. And she looks back and forth at you too. That's not lost, man. You lost it. And she kind of goes back to like the whole pick me up motion. And while that's going on, Asana and Enna, you guys have now reached the city. Oh, literally just outside the city limits. You are coming across on the road. You haven't been stopped by anyone yet, but also you haven't seen anyone. But do hear what seems to be some hustle and bustle of people. Oh, and Enna is just big now.
Sorry, I deleted my doodles and accidentally deleted my token too, I think.
There you go.
Sorry.
But you guys do hear the shuffling of feet and what seems to be like the shatter of just a general noise. You have heard this hustle and bustle before in your own commune when you had more members before. It's somewhat. How would you take this, Asana? Would you be comforted by the return of noise? But it is also more noise than usual. How are you handling that?
Slightly uncomfortable, but like I'm following Enna.
All right, Enna, you've now reached here in Briarscale. From the stories that you remember from your brother, this town seems to be a lot more bigger than he last described it. Or maybe he gave you a fake story. You're not quite sure. But you do remember that if there was any place to go to, if your brother was still here to set up shop, he would be more at the northern part of town. But with it being more nighttime, you could understand that this might be more of a mealtime. So maybe he might not be at work itself, but also cheering down. Did the commune have like just a food mess hall? You know where everyone ate meals together?
Yeah, communal hall, yeah.
Maybe there might be somewhere here, Anna, that because it's more towards the dinner time. Maybe he might be there at the time. You're not quite sure, but you are here, and the town is free for you to explore. At least for a little bit, in case something happens. Who knows?
Oh, do you need food?
It would be good. Around now is probably where Moreland would be too, is somewhere getting something to eat.
We could find a mess hall, or we could go hunt. Whatever you think is best.
Well, if we're trying to find my brother anyways, if he's getting something to eat, it's probably the mess hall here. We can at least look.
Okay. Yes. That's a very good idea. And we can look at the bell afterwards.
Yeah, I think that would be a good idea.
So, now you guys have no idea where the mess hall is. So,
Nope.
would you like to ask around the locale where the mess hall would be, or would you like to try to find it on your own?
I mean, the rats would know best where the mess hall is, so I would ask them.
Okay. As you start getting off the road and more into the thing, you start looking around for rats. Go ahead and give me an investigation check. You have to find the signs for rats, like rat dropping, maybe little small tracks and whatnot. Sauna. Both of you could do this as well, or one could help the other. It's up to you.
So this wouldn't be an let's see here. This wouldn't be a nature check then?
No, you're just simply trying to investigate the mark and whatnot. If you find something and you're not quite sure the nature of it, that's where the nature check would come into play. But just simply finding something would be investigation or perception. But in this case, trying to look in for detail. 12 is enough though, because rats have pretty telltale signs of where they are. you know rats don't really like to live out. If it's at least in the commune system, they were more towards the buildings of the commune itself, not really out in the open.
Yeah.
So you start looking kind of around the housing that you start to pass. I will say you guys are probably like literally over here in town now, and you do start finding the telltale signs of rats, and eventually you can go under. You go to a porch and whatnot, and you kind of literally see a small hole going in underneath, maybe some form of fencing under, and you're literally just crouching down, looking inside, and you do see rats underneath the porch. However, as you're looking, now you've found the rats, and you've noticed that people look at you two, and they're kind of giving you a wide berth, like you hear whispers. Do you speak common, Anna?
Yep.
Okay. You do, Asana. What I would say Asana can probably hear this in passing. Maybe your attention focused on the rats. That's up to you. But Anna, you do start noticing that people are giving you a wide berth and whatnot. You don't see anyone that would seem to be white robed, as Fred and George said up near Briar's Glen yet. The people some of them do have white clothing, but they're not dressed in white robes. Giving you a wide berth, I'm like, oh, Travis, maybe merchants. It's strange, but in particular, they are definitely looking at Asana with some more fearful because outsider, but also some are very intrigued because this person is not dressed the same as everyone.
Plus, you know,
I feel like. You go first.
I was gonna say, plus, you know, the whole doesn't breathe, doesn't blink, walks without leaving footsteps. It's a little bit odd.
Oh, maybe some of them would have noticed the footprints, but unless they're like specifically looking at you, they wouldn't be able to tell that you can't breathe or whatnot.
I feel like when people are kind of giving stares or whatever, and I will step between people and Asana unless Asana is already looking at them.
Well, what would you be doing, Asana? Would you be?
We're travelers just arriving in town.
What would you do, Asana? Would you be more focused on the rats, or would you be starting to hear the general murmur and people kind of give you the occasional glance?
Oh, I'm more comfortable talking to the rats. I ask the rats where the people of the town usually gather to eat.
There's about a pack of 5 rats down here, and they kind of come up to the fencing and whatnot when you're talking like, President understands us and whatnot, and particularly 4 of them really don't care, but one is definitely intrigued and whatnot. This one, blackish fading down to faded gray, red beady eyes, kind of looking at. Well, are you here to give trash, throw away? I didn't know you asked a question where the people eat.
Yes.
Oh, the people eat all over the city, but the best grub is. I can show you if you like.
Oh, that would be wonderful.
But you have to make a promise that I get something in return. I get food too.
Oh, but of course.
Okay. And you have to protect me from the dreaded whacking stick that they have.
Yes.
All right, he'll come out of the fencing and whatnot. Do you want to follow him on the ground, or do you want to pick him up?
Well, no, they're leading, so I will follow them on the ground. Let them lead the way.
All right, so he's going to take you off the road and more toward the building.
Mm-hmm.
So, Anna, you do notice that Asana is now following a rat.
I gesture to. It's safe to assume that whenever I'm talking to animals, I am also translating for at the very least Anna, if not later than the whole party.
Okay, noted for.
I feel like Anna probably gets enough that hearing Asana's answers is enough for her to know what's going on, at least mostly.
Yeah.
And I also feel like at this already Anna kind of almost has an instinctive, just without even paying attention, or like without even paying close attention, tends to be just barely within arm's reach of Asana.
Gotcha. All right. So
we've known each other long enough that I think some of our idiosyncrasies are known to each other. You know.
Okay. The rat will lead you down the way to here, just outside the inn.
Mhm.
And like, and there's where they're, and you can hear the hustle and bustle of a large group of people inside this building. You hear faint music being played, wind instrument, as well as some strings, maybe the occasional drum beat. And you can look inside, and there is a lot of people in there. That is where the people, well, some people sleep, but also where they all eat. And that is the good food. But I am not allowed in there. They have the wax snack, the whack stick. Yeah, it hurts. It kills us.
Do they have outdoor tables?
No, they do not. All the tables are inside.
Because I feel like Anna is like the top of the door is up to like her stomach, probably.
It is the door itself. The doorway could prove challenging for Anna. However, the inside you can look in is much more spacious inside, where you could probably sit comfortably somewhere. There are, well, just recognizing because there is a larger folk. Isha, how tall are you?
6'1".
And how tall are you, Anna?
Anna's like 12'1".
Okay. You do notice that there is actually one very tall person individual. Well, you do. First of all, I would say you both could probably make out that there is a animal like wasp-like creature sitting down next to some form of like a palish elf and whatnot. They're reaching out, and the wasp is dealing with what seems to be like some small child. However, at the farther side of the inn, you would notice just because you're tall and this is something you'd be spotting out down the crowd of all the shorter folk. You notice someone not as quite as tall as you, maybe about 8'7", almost 9 feet. Currently having a bald head with a very plain against their bluish brown. Bluish brown? Goliath? Mechanically Goliath, but I'm just trying to describe skin color. Think of like a frost giant from
Norse mythology.
what's the movie? Yes, thank you. A frost giant from Norse mythology.
Blue-gray?
Yeah, blue-gray, thank you. But with the white tattoos kind of painted over his eyes, face leading up to his eyes and around it. Bald, with a very robust beard and whatnot. He's like the only other tall person in here. He's accompanied by a couple other people, but definitely not as tall as him. But if he could fit in here, maybe you could fit in here as well. But
I imagine she's probably like down on one knee to peer in the door and look around and see if her brother is there.
Go ahead and give me a quick perception check if you'd like to try to search for your brother in here.
I feel like because he is also a furble.
Yeah, you don't see your brother here. You definitely don't see your brother.
I'm not gonna see him anywhere.
Yeah.
But this is where the rat has led you. Like, you get me food now, yes?
I will. I will come back to you with food. Here, take my blessing, and I shall return to you.
Okay, I'll be underneath the watch again. You know where you can find me. Start scooting around.
Mm-hmm. I cast guidance on it.
Okay. Well, he's going to give me a dexterity saving throw to avoid being trampled. So he'll use that. Not a saving throw, but just a general stealth check.
Mm-hmm.
You hear eek and the skittering of a rat. Skittering of the rat as he starts quickly darting away. Someone noticed him, but they kind of got scared off by him. He's fine though.
My blessing definitely helped though.
Well, then that one, it was in that one. Like, oh, well, unfortunately, bye, Mr. Rat. At that point, but yep, the rat has gone away. Do you guys go inside?
Mm-hmm. I will follow Anna.
Okay. And then leading the way. Currently, this room is packed, and as you walk in the room, that is when everyone starts noticing, like, the music stopped. Oh, so the music keeps going, but heads are turned. they're not really even looking at you, Asana, where you're usually the more where you would assume people might look at you. No, everyone is just looking at the tall half verbal that has now approached the building, and the Goliath definitely takes notice and like kind of gives you a nod and a smile. You know, he understands the struggle because your head is not your head. You're not slouching, but your head is slightly tilted forward so that way you don't hit the upper ceiling of the room.
I feel like her head is like forward and off to the side, and her knees are bent a little bit.
Isha, and you guys definitely take notice of that, even though Isha, you're currently dealing with a small child as well as trying to pet the cat, or try to get to the cat. What is your guys' reaction to seeing the giant furball enter the building? Also, Asana, how are you looking at with all these people in here?
What was that?
How are you feeling with all the people in here? Are you trying to keep more of like a lower profile, or are you just keeping normal pace and sticking next to Asana, Anna?
I'm just sticking next to Enna, kind of looking around for the white elf.
Okay, you can go and give me a perception check. However, and Isha, what are you guys reacting to seeing these new people? There's definitely. All right. Ainsley, you there? I wonder if Ainsley fell asleep.
Oh.
I know Ainsley he's been working a long day lately. However, Asana, you do see the pale elf that was mentioned because you take a look around and now elves here have come in different like skin tones. There's maybe some that are more pink in their pygmy style. Some are more whitish tannish. But the one that strikes you out most strikingly that could be a white elf, not albino but pale.
Mm-hmm.
Is currently there is an elf with a cat on his shoulder, sitting next to what seems to be a humanoid wolf-looking creature. Now, you know what insects look like, but you've not seen a insect like humanoid before in the mountains. So this is definitely new to you, Sada.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you have seen one, it's been a very long time since
Yeah.
you've seen one.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely over a century.
I mean, there's insects in places like yeah.
But like I mean, like an insect humanoid sort of deal.
No,
if you've seen
nothing
one
of
in the
that
past.
nature. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Aisley, Aisley, you there? Did Aisley say you'll be RB at all? I just didn't notice. No, I don't see anything in the chat. Uh-oh. All right. But I'll say you do notice this could possibly be the description of the pale elf that you're looking for earlier. That Fred and George mentioned earlier.
Mm-hmm.
However, Anna, you keep her provide a pocket of space in case anyone is getting close by. All right. Currently, it's not Anna that no one is approaching you. There is heads turned, and some of them have gone back to original conversations, but they're keeping like a sideways glance out. You're probably like big person sort of deal. You're definitely a center of attention right now.
Mm-hmm.
However, I think if Ainsley's falling asleep and Assassin, your throat's getting sore.
I'm fine.
Those are not I'm fine noises.
I'm fine.
Well, you may be fine. However, I do have to say, if Asana is now trying to look for the pale elf, and the pale elf currently in the building is not here and possibly definitely asleep at this point, I would say. I think we'll pick it up there next time. Hopefully, Bradical will be there,
All
and
right.
we won't. And I won't have to worry about deleting almost a third of the session notes. Got Brad Colt here. I will say we are back on track to how I wanted you guys to meet. However, there was going to be events that kind of made more sense, jumping from the jump from Isha and to Asana and Anna.
Mm-hmm.
There is definitely. I just realized there is definitely
So the party met up at an In-N-Out.
Yep.
a party met up and in and out.
Yo.
Hey, at least I didn't just start you guys.
Yo!
Oh. Hey, at least I didn't start you guys at. I didn't just start you guys in a tavern. You guys probably met in a tavern, but I didn't start you just completely at a tavern.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Because this is a little bit deviated.
And I mean, in the medieval world, the tavern was the common gathering place, so
Yeah.
it's not like it's weird or like
Mm-hmm.
a lot of campaigns start there, but it's not necessarily a bad thing.
Yeah, that's
Well,
not a
what-
strange thing.
Why didn't I just start you all in cages? That could have been interesting.
That could, but
I did think about that, but I didn't want
I-
to go fully like, all right, jailbreak again.
you know, I thought that you were going to do that, and
Recently.
I was just going to literally mold Earth.
You guys
Sorry,
find
Bob,
yourself in a
I
Tarrasque.
was startled.
Oh god, wait, you got started? Why? Everything all right?
Yeah, Anonymous played aloud, bruh. Sorry.
Bruh.
Bruh.
And you were saying, Jay?
Well, I was thinking that you were going to do that, and I was already trying to think about what my response would be, and it was probably just going to be to mold Earth down and just walk out of it.
Can you mold Earth metal?
No.
Oh, well, most cages don't have floors because they're on the ground, right?
Oh, this was a transportation cage.
Oh.
You
Oh,
just
no,
mold
at least
Earth out from underneath you and start digging a hole while in your cage.
Now, I won't lie, I did play around the idea where possibly now it's not the case here, but I did play around with the idea where possibly the four of the party members Finnegan, which folks will meet Finnegan next time when Bradical has internet. So starting Ainsley and Bradical in town and having them go on a quest to try to find a local local wasp causing trouble, which would have led to meeting Isha. But at the same time, Isha was in the middle of helping two strangers out after them being attacked or on the run from the cult. Which I could have. I'm glad I didn't go with that route because Radical not being here today would have thrown that off. Wouldn't have made sense to just throw one pale elf to hunt down something that's already trying to help out other people and just having a giant misunderstanding.
The funny thing is you keep saying to me, you remember this person, you remember that, and I'm like, I don't. I don't know what you're talking about.
You will soon.
There's no one I remember here. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just trying to pet a cat.
One thing that
You met Eleanor and Alana earlier.
I will say,
By
one
the-
thing that I decided partway through this episode before that I just sort of am going to embrace as a character moment.
With that,
I trust animals more than people.
that's fair.
Like I will trust the word of an animal or a creature or before I trust the word of a human.
So would you trust an animal before Anna?
No, Anna is trustworthy above all. Anna is my champion.
Okay.
But that's different.
Okay.
Does that mean that I'm trustworthy?
Well, you're an animal, but you're also a person. That's a gray area.
What's that saying? What's that saying? I don't trust a person that doesn't. Sure. Yeah, I don't trust a person that doesn't trust a dog, but I do trust a dog that doesn't trust a person.
Yes. Something like that, yeah. I don't trust a person that a dog doesn't trust. I think. Something like that.
I'm trying to think of it myself.
The actual phrase.
I'm trying to think of the phrase myself, and I can't come up with it.
Chat, you got
But
anything?
also,
I
between
remember reading it a while back. But still,
Yo, it's a good
Okay.
upgrade.
it's a gosh upgrade.
Yo, let's
I'll-
shout them out. Let's go.
no. Also, I swear, if you all right, Radical wasn't here earlier, but Jade, Radical also has a Kermit the Frog voice, so this group at times may just have a Kermit the Frog voice off between Assassino and Radical, just as a heads up.
Kermit the Frog
yeah.
here, ready to throw out my vocal cords. Let's go. Yo!
Yo! Okay, I'll submit to the yo, but that's about it. Okay.
Boy, hon, no Jade Kermit the Frog voice. Oh,
No.
okay.
Okay. We're good. We're
I'm
good.
less amused by that than you are, clearly.
Oh no, I'm amused by it now. I'm quickly not going to be amused by it as the campaign goes on. I know that for a fact.
Anyway, what are your guys' thoughts about the grilled cheese that has been posted? What's your favorite one?
How many have you posted tonight?
We stopped. We
On
took a
the
break.
topic of the tropes again, like we talked about earlier, there was one. What Poker did for the Adanic campaign recently was like actually I thought really cool. It was I'd never thought about it before as a way to start a campaign, but it was a border checkpoint, getting your characters to go through and give their visa.
Oh
Okay.
no, actually, that's actually pretty color. Because then that gives you
Because
forces
then
you
it's
to.
like you have an NPC that has to ask all of the pointed questions about why are you here? Who are you? What do
Oh, that's
you
fun.
do?
That's a cool idea. I like that.
Yeah, it was. I never thought about it before, but it went so well, and I loved it.
I think that you'll
Yeah,
like one of my styles of starting a campaign next time I have a chance to run. I want to run with a bunch of you guys because you're nice.
I will say that this will count as a like. I will say this is probably more like a session 0.5, and we'll get into like
Yeah.
full on next time.
Mm-hmm.
It would have made a lot more sense for Finnegan and whatnot. Why Brad's internet? Curse you, Brad's internet. Wait, no, don't curse you. I'm sorry, Brad's internet. We want you to work. Please don't curse. I take it back.
So, thank you everyone for joining. Yeah, we'll get it more into it next time. And I made a note that I have.
Fun.
And I made a note that I have to bring a meal for the rat in the family.
That's very important. Make sure you keep your promises.
Mm-hmm.
On another note, could I get a handout in the thingy just for keeping notes in?
Yeah, I can do that. I can do that for you. I only opened up Roll20 again because I had separate browser source and I exited out of the browser source and I'm streaming.
Rawr!
RAR?
Roar!
No, is RAR the new Yo?